What is going on, guys, and welcome to the 24th episode of the Nintendo Nite Podcast. It's been a while since we've had one of these, but I'm joined today by, of course, our original crew right here. We've got, of course, Mr. Ruffled Rowlet,
What's poppin'?
and, of course, we've got Endgame the Cube, Zach.
What's up, you guys? Wait, I just realized 24th. That means exactly 2 years now. That's insane.
Yeah. I mean, we didn't do one last month. Well, I didn't want to do one last month because I was playing Xenoblade the whole month, and I was like, "Fuck that! I don't want to do one." Yeah, but yeah, it's been a while. So I mean, we can get to talk about pretty much the stuff that happened in the month of May as well because we didn't get to talk about the other stuff. Ben is also here. He just joined. Xenodust says, "Where's my boy Fidel, bro? Fidel, I told him to join. He never answers. If you want, you can ask him on Twitter. You can ask him on Twitter, bro. He joined once and then he never came back. I don't know. If you can ask him on Twitter. We're always available. But yeah, what's up, Subarashi in the chat? What's up, Nick Victory Fire Antics? What's good? But yeah, I mean, we got the original crew here right now, though. You know, no one else, not any of the newcomers, the OGs now. So
Yep.
that's pretty good.
Oh,
But yeah,
one missing though. Slow speed run.
yeah, slow speedrun's been like an OG, but yeah, I mean, there's been a couple people from like the OG that we haven't seen, like Ghostly Gaming too. Like he was in the very first one. Yeah, PokeRap too. Like those people, like we haven't seen them in a long time.
Yeah, what the hell?
Yeah.
But yeah, I figured we can just jump right into it. There really isn't a ton of stuff to talk about, even though we've taken like an extra whole month to have this time. There's still not anything because, you know, as you guys all know, Nintendo's been pretty silent in terms of the news, so you can't really expect much.
Thanks, Nintendo.
But
Nintendo,
yeah,
we don't like you. No.
yeah, but
And I just want to say, like, before you scream pandemic, Nintendo stated that the pandemic did not affect their games. They said that themselves.
yeah, and honestly, at this point, like, it's not even that we want, like, trailers or, like, gameplay. If they even just showed a logo and said, this is a game that we're working on, it's gonna come this year or sometime, like, that would be fine. I wouldn't really care. I just want to know what's after, like, Paper Mario, because that's all we know is coming so far this year. Like, you know, like, we don't know anything else. Like, even if they just give a logo and said, oh, yeah, this is something else that we're working on, that's good enough for me for now, you know?
Nintendo, you better feed us.
But yeah, I mean,
Paper
speaking...
Mario looks terrible. It's not.
Okay, well, I mean, I guess speaking of Paper Mario, I mean, I guess we could really go and give our general thoughts on that, because I mean, we didn't get to talk about that last month, so.
I don't like it. It looks so.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Zach, yeah, you go, Zach. Come on, I want to.
Yeah, we can go in order, like just overall thoughts. Zach, you can go first.
I'm not a fan. Listen, but I'm not a Paper Mario guy. But like, I know that the core Paper Mario fans are being like, well, this is looking like it's gonna be more so like Color Splash than the originals. But to me, I'm just looking at it. This looks like new Super Mario Bros, but like as an RPG. Like it looks like a soulless plastic game. I don't like it. So I'm not interested in it. I'm sorry.
Bro, I saw all your tweets on Twitter. You were like, "This game is beautiful, man."
That's because he was just excited to see a new fucking Nintendo game.
And he took a 180. He took a 180 turn real quick. He took a 180 real quick.
He did that with Pokemon as well. When Pokemon Snap got revealed, it's like, oh my god, Pokemon's missing ever. And then when it was fucking Pokemon Unite, he started shit.
Oh man, damn. But yeah, I guess we can go to Ben then. Overall thoughts.
Trash. Sorry. It is Color Splash 2. Color Splash sucked, and
Yeah.
they're saying, oh, we're taking steps in the right direction. Well, that's not good enough. We wait 4 fucking years for these games.
They've gone in the wrong direction for what, like 2 games in a row now for the past decade. Like they should just know better by now.
I mean,
Yeah,
there's one thing where it's like everybody says like, well, the next Paper Mario or any Paper Mario game to be good has to be just like Thousand Year Door, which I don't agree with that. It doesn't have to be. It doesn't have to be like Thousand Year Door to be good, but they should still take other good steps that I think that help, you know, Paper Mario be better.
My issue isn't even that it's not like Thousand Year Door, it's that it's shit on its own. Why the fuck would I ever want to battle if I don't gain any experience points?
Yeah, it's like some of the stuff like that. I don't understand why they decided to do that, but
Why would
Yeah,
I
it's
care
not like
about?
these are even good decisions.
Why would I care about any of the characters if they're all generic fucking Mario enemies and shit? Like, the
And then,
story
like,
looks like nothing.
Colored pencils.
Yeah, and that's, oh my god, the bosses look.
yeah,
like
the bosses.
shit.
I know on Twitter everybody was talking about how the bosses look really goofy and like weird. Like they
They
don't
look
look.
like they've got no character. I mean, Like the game can still be good. It can still have good writing. It looks really nice. I'm sure the level's
Yeah.
gonna be fine. Like no story, no characters, battle system with no EXP or anything, no leveling up.
Yeah, I mean, you have to
It
wait
just
till
looks like
the
one
the
of those
full
games.
game is actually available to give like an overall opinion on it.
Yeah.
But from what people are saying with like first impressions and how it looks, it's it looks very similar to Color Splash, which is what a lot of people
It
didn't
looks
like.
like one of those games that you buy and then you
No.
play for like an hour and you never
Yeah.
touch it again.
You know what
It's too
gets
boring.
me? It's the fact that fucking journalists were like, "Oh my god, guys, a proper Paper Mario game's coming," and then this is what it is. This is not proper Paper Mario. This isn't going back to the roots. This is literally Color Splash again.
Y'all were
Uh,
lying.
Yeah, I mean, like
Okay, so-
they do like a few changes, and everyone's like, oh, it's going back to the roots. It's old school Paper Mario.
Yeah, it's just not. The trailer was literally made in the same style as the Color Splash one. It's
Mm.
oh, I can't. No, I can't. I'm so like, I'm sure it'll be fine. But I'm
Yeah,
still
I think the game
will.
will still be good. I don't think it'll be like freaking phenomenal, but it'll still be like good
I'm sick
enough.
of filler.
But you
Yeah.
know,
Filler
yeah.
for a game that took 4 years to release. Like, what the fuck?
I don't know. But I think the one thing that's kind of weird is this game definitely existed for a while, but they never showed it until like a random day in May.
Yeah.
You know what I
No.
mean? Like
Yeah.
the direct that happened like last year in September, this would have been a perfect game to really show in that. I don't know why they didn't.
No,
That's-
you know what pisses me off? The
Nintendo
March
makes no
Direct.
sense.
The March Direct Mini I said was hot garbage, and I got cancelled for saying it was shit. And then they revealed this game like 2 months later. It's like, well, why didn't they just put this in the last Direct? So they
Yeah.
obviously had games, and everyone was screaming, "Oh, pandemic, you're ungrateful." It's like, well, now they've admitted that pandemic had no fucking effect. They had Paper Mario. They have Pokemon Snap. So, what? the
Yeah,
fuck?
I don't know. It's really weird. But like that's what I'm saying with like the September direct that happened last year. Everybody like that direct was pretty underwhelming in terms of the reveals because they opened up with Overwatch, which was a port, and then they ended with Xenoblade DE, which is still just a remake at the end. Like if they showed,
Yeah, that
I think
September
I
Direct
think
literally did not
they
do
should
this.
have
I'm
they should have
sorry.
switched the reveals, and they should have had Xenoblade open it up, and then they should have had this Paper Mario game beat the finisher. But I don't know why they
That
didn't.
direct was complete trash. That is the worst direct, like general
Yeah, it
big
was
direct
horrible.
ever. That was.
We
hot
have not
garbage.
gotten a real direct in over a year now.
The last good Nintendo Direct was the February Direct in 2019.
What was that one? Oh yeah, the one with the
Yeah,
Astral Chain and all
Maker
that. Yeah.
2, Astral Chain, and
Oh,
Link's
no.
Awakening. Bam,
What?
bam,
No,
bam.
E3
E3 was good though. E3 had Banjo. It had Breath of the Wild 2.
Zelda.
Yeah, that stuff was
Oh,
It
yeah,
good.
was
Breath of the
horribly
Wild- yeah,
paced
Breath
though.
of the
I
Wild
hated
2.
that direct until the end.
Breath
Like,
of the Wild 2 with no release date or anything.
Yeah, but we got something.
yeah,
Like,
but it's
Well, they
still
because
got
that.
announced.
unrevealed.
It got
Yeah,
announced.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
in the
That's better than
that's-
nothing.
Listen, that's the thing though. Like, I feel with Ben, it's like he always wants like a very substantial thing, right? Like he wants a full gameplay thing. He wants to be properly revealed. No, but that's what it
No.
seems like. But then why are you then pissed about like them just like announcing it? Because that's what you
Because,
sound like.
that
Right
was the big thing of that E3 Direct, but there was nothing there. There was no real substance. Like, it's cool that we know that it's coming, but the fact that we haven't heard anything in over a year now, a whole year with
Well,
nothing.
that I'm almost certain we would have had something new if we had an E3 this year. Like, I'm like 99% sure we would have had a new Breath of the Wild 2 trailer if we had an E3 direct.
Well then, where's the trailer, boy? They can easily drop
No,
trailers.
also-
I mean, they
Also-
could drop it, but I
no,
just feel like they
But
didn't
it
care.
they might be leading up to it, right? And also maybe like think about like the current time frame we're in, right? Like
Yeah.
right now, have you noticed the amount of shit that's been dropping in terms of like from
Yeah,
Nintendo?
they're
Like,
yeah.
think about it. We had the two Pokemon Presents, right? Which sure they're not Nintendo 100% right. They're like a little bit of a side thing, but at the same time, you know, the first one was kind of a Nintendo pushed, you know, event. The second one, not really. But then we also had the Smash Brothers, like arms reveal and whatever, like all that, and as well as the Animal Crossing, like the new update coming, like all these things, right? They all require specific attention. If they all of a sudden say like, "Hey yo, what up, boys?" and just drop a fucking like Breath of the Wild 2 trailer, that's gonna like really just take away take the breath out of everything else around
Yeah,
it.
and plus, right now there's just so many other companies like all doing their reveals and stuff. So like,
Yeah,
it just
as
doesn't
well,
make.
that's true.
Yeah.
I'm just sick of giving Nintendo excuses. I'm
Mm.
really.
No,
Yeah,
no,
me too.
I mean, it's fair. We all want a direct. Let's be fair. Like, it's not like
Yeah,
none of us are saying, like,
yeah,
we're
yeah.
saying like, oh yeah, please Nintendo, don't ever give me another direct. No, we all want it.
Yeah, I mean,
You know how
everybody
lame it is
right
for
now
that one?
here agrees that like Nintendo should still reveal something. No one here is defending them, saying like, oh, they're fine for not giving us anything, because we don't know a shit thing that's coming after Paper Mario next month. Like,
How many first-party Nintendo games have we had this year?
3.
Um,
Animal Crossing, Paper Mario, Xenoblade.
you said first party? Is that what you said?
Yeah, okay. So we've had 3. Animal Crossing was a delayed game, but I guess it did still come out.
Yeah,
It
yeah,
was better. Well, it was better that it got delayed because I mean I would assume they delayed it for a reason.
yeah, yeah.
Is it bad because it released
No.
and it still lacks content? And now they're releasing it
What?
in fucking gradual updates.
Bro, what do you mean it lacks
Okay,
content?
listen.
There's a free update coming out next month.
Yeah,
Listen,
with
listen,
content
it's
that
what-
was already
Okay. Wait a minute. Ben. Listen, okay. I don't want to argue with you because honestly, I want to be calm and relaxed. So let me just say this, right? Would you seriously like complain about Animal Crossing when we had shit like Sword and Shield released last year?
Oof.
No,
Like,
I
are you
don't-
really
I'm
gonna
not
complain
against-
about? Listen, as somebody who hasn't played Animal Crossing, I can't say too much about it. But when I'm hearing everybody praising the game for the fact that, well, I mean, just based on the shit I see on the internet, right, from people posting tweets and stuff, they're posting lots of crazy stuff they're building within the game. I'm hearing from one of my friends who never played an Animal Crossing ever in his life. Like the first time he played was this one. He loved it so much he went back, bought the old ones, and played all of them as well. And he still came back and said, "This one's fucking amazing." And these like free updates, sure, could they have been included in the base game? Fair enough. Yeah, yes, of course. But like, is it better that they just released the game and now are like adding these, over time,
I have a lot
or
to
if
say
they
on this.
if they had delayed it for like another half a year or something to like to get these things out there? Like, what is the
I'm
game?
not
Does the
against
game feel
delays.
incomplete? Does the game feel
I'm-
incomplete?
Okay,
Without,
let me
like,
talk.
these-
Let me say what they did because like I can speak on this. Like what they did, they included basically a ton of new features. Okay, so all the furniture in the game is new. It's never been in the past games before. There's never been terraforming before, where you can like build up your whole town. Like everything in the game is basically all new. So they did like new, innovative thing. It's a new game. It's nothing like the old ones, right? So it's lacking in the past content, but that's because it's also a brand new game that's kind of
Yeah, there's so much other new stuff that's in there.
yeah. So like
I'm not. Yeah.
I definitely get annoyed sometimes with like them taking a while on the updates, but like
Yeah, because I remember
I will
seeing all your
say-
tweets. You were always like, "Where's our update, man?" Like,
yeah.
I always laugh
Yeah,
at
for
them.
sure. I was getting sick of that. But at the same time, this game is definitely like innovative. It's not like they just did nothing. Like this is all new stuff, and it's so different.
yep,
And I
yep.
think that in a way it's warranted because it's not like, I don't know how to explain it, but it's a good game.
Yeah, and plus all these updates are free. Like, and they said they're gonna go for 4 years. I think 4 years of free updates. Like, that's a lot of content. 4 years of free updates. Like,
I'm not
Yeah.
against delays. I just think, and this is pessimistic, I think they delayed Animal Crossing till March 2020 because they didn't want to put another game for March 2020, and they wanted this game to carry 2020. I don't
Which
think
it
it was
is.
delayed. for
I mean,
quality.
you could say that, but like, I don't know. We don't know what happens because I mean, there's that one interview where the Nintendo president literally said that they delayed it because it would be better for the developers' health.
Also, no, Ben, I disagree with you 100%.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
think they definitely delayed it for quality assurances because let's be honest, they also delayed they've delayed so many games for the sake of like quality reasons. I mean, take for example the very how do we put this? The game in like the largest limbo of all time, right? Metroid Prime, the new one, Metroid Prime 4. That game, right?
That game ain't gonna be good.
They
I'm
could have
telling you.
seriously think about it, right? They could have just taken whatever had been created by the team at the time and just shat that out there. Like just giving it like a plate of shit and just shat it on there. You know what I mean? To be like, here you go, eat this, right? And people would have still bought it.
I
Sure,
would have
would've
bought
been
it.
probably, like,
I probably still would have bought
yeah,
it.
people would have bought it, right? It would have been shat on. People would have hated it probably if it was bad. But at the end
Last
the
of
day,
Us 2.
They could have just done that. You know what I mean? They could have just shut that out there, but they didn't. They decided let's just scrap the whole thing and just give this to a different studio that can get it right? Like sure, we've lost a bunch of money now because the development time we spent on what we have is now gone. Like all that invested money, those hours paid for those workers, that's gone now. That can't be recuperated, right? That's money that's lost. So now we got to give this to another studio, and the process starts all over again. You know what I mean? So what I'm trying to say is, I think like for as much of the bad stuff Nintendo does, trust me, I have my grievances with Nintendo. If anyone has any, it's fucking me. But I'm gonna be honest with you. I think that with Animal Crossing, it probably was delayed for quality reasons. But at the same time, it doesn't really like excuse the lack of what the hell's going on right now. Like, I mean, all we really need right now is just like an update on, hey, what else are you doing? Because, well, what else are we supposed to expect right now? Because I feel like that's what making everybody like, kind of anxious. And in terms of this game, mates, I think it's a good game. I don't feel like I don't know.
There's enough like stuff in there for sure.
I think it's a decently sized game with enough content and enough new things to make it a game that I wouldn't consider bad, or a game that I think they clearly must have like wanted more time to make sure it was top notch once released.
Yeah.
I understand this delay shit because like they release it in March. What would have happened if it didn't release in March? What would have the March game being instead? It just
I don't
seems
know.
really convenient.
I don't know, but I mean, according to what
Nintendo's admitted to doing that, by the way. They've done that more.
Yeah.
They did that with Yoshi. They literally said it was done for like months and months and months, and they're like, "Well, we want more games for this next year, so we're gonna move it to next year." So it wouldn't surprise me if they did that.
Yeah, so it's not an unprecedented thing I'm saying.
I mean, it could happen. I'm not saying that it's not possible at all, but I'm just saying like there's already an interview where the president of Nintendo said that the delay is gonna help the developers' mental like and health be better because they can actually work on the game in like less of a crunch or whatever. Yeah, because that was literally like at one of the Nintendo like investors or like press conference meetings or whatever. Because that was like a quote because that's what everybody always used. I know that because that's what everybody always used whenever like Naughty Dog shit came up on Twitter and everybody was like flaming them for like having to crunch all of their employees for Last of Us 2. Everybody would always reply saying, I mean, good thing Nintendo doesn't do it, and then they always put that article there. So that's how I know it. But yeah. But yeah, is that all we have in terms of that, or can we move on to the next thing?
Move on to the next thing. Let's go.
All right.
We all know what we're going to.
Yeah. The new thing. All right. So the first Pokemon Presents that happened. All right. Like earlier this month, the big announcement, of course, that came out of there was Pokemon Snap, a brand new Pokemon Snap coming to the Switch. And I guess we can go in order and give our overall thoughts on it. So if you guys want mine, I was just really surprised. Like, this Pokemon Presents, like, going in, of course, nobody knew what to really expect. Like, what were we gonna have? What were we gonna get? And then I saw this new Pokemon stuff happening, and I was like, okay, what is this? Some type of new game or something? And then it showed the Snap icon, and I was like, oh, shit, it's a Pokemon Snap. And I didn't know if it was gonna be, like, a sequel. I didn't know if it was gonna be the first one remade. But, damn, that looks good. And, like, the game, it's made by Bandai Namco, and already looks eons better than Sword and Shield. It looks really, really good graphically. And yeah, I'm just very excited for it. I think it's going to be a really good game. All right, Ben.
I'm very happy for all the fans who wanted a fucking new Snap after like a joy news. That made me really. I don't really care for Snap. I've never played the original. It looks neat. The graphics look really good. It runs at 60 FPS. Looks great. Yeah, I'm just happy. I'm happy for the people who wanted it, and I didn't really expect it. And that's about it.
All right. What about you, Ruffled?
Surprised more than anything, because I literally so many times people in my chat like used to meme like, "Oh, dude, when are we gonna get a new Snap game? Oh, new Pokemon Snap?" And like, I always assumed like, nah, they're not gonna do it because the kind of direction. Let's be fair, right? The direction that the Pokemon Company as well as Nintendo have taken with Pokemon in recent years has been to just kind of shit out Pokemon mobile games when it comes to the spin-offs, right?
Yep.
Like whenever it was something spin-off related, it would always just be, let's make a mobile game out of it. Let's make a mobile game out of it. Like we hadn't seen proper spin-offs, like big proper spin-off games in a freaking while, right? So when I saw that, I was genuinely surprised because they literally open up with Pokemon Smile, right?
Oh my god.
And Pokemon Smile, and then Pokemon Cafe Mix, which sure, Cafe Mix it's a puzzle game, whatever, or like I guess it's a puzzle game. I don't know really what to refer to it as, but it's a puzzle game. So I was like, okay, it's kind of I'm indifferent on that one. Pokemon Smile, I was just like, God damn it! Did I wait all these days to see this?
Yeah,
Really?
yeah, like Pokemon Smile, like I know people were getting angry where I was like, we can't really get mad at it because you're not the target market here. It's not for
No.
you,
I mean,
you know what I mean? It's not for you. But
yeah.
at the same time, you didn't know what to expect. So waking up at 9 o'clock in the morning to see that, it was definitely upsetting when it started off. But you know.
I mean, the thing is, I wasn't expecting it. I was literally expecting like the two most logical things, which was Detective Pikachu 2 and Pokemon Sleep, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So, because I remember specifically leading into that present, people were like, and I'm talking about the first one, not the second one, because the first one, when we had the first one, I remember specifically telling people like, don't expect anything major with this one, right? Because we didn't know if it was going to be like, we just knew this 1% was going to happen, but people were like, the Gen 4 remakes, but like I was literally telling myself and telling people like, that's just not gonna, like, it's impossible that will happen, right? Just impossible. It just doesn't make any sense to announce that right now when they're about to release the Isle of Armor, right? So when they showed off all those things and then ended that off with, hey, we have another present next week, that's when everything shifted for me, because I was like, wait a minute. Why would you have another present next week? It probably has to do with something major that you didn't want to like interrupt your,
Yep. That's what
release of
everybody
Isle of Armor.
thought. That's what everyone thought. Yeah.
Yo,
Yeah, because they, it was like they'd never done this before. This was unprecedented. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because because usually in the past they would do like, if they do a conference and then a direct, they just do the conference one day and then the next day literally the direct. You know what I mean? They never spent like a week building up to like the next big reveal, right, or big like presentation. So that was really unprecedented. But in terms of Snap though, I think it was a great reveal. The graphics look, I mean,
Dude,
really
phenomenal.
freaking good.
That's what Pokemon on the console should look like.
Yeah,
That's
for sure.
yeah, it's insane. But yeah, Zach, your overall thoughts?
yeah. So I was definitely one of those people who did not play Pokemon Snap or didn't grow up with it, so I have no nostalgia for it. But like at the same time, I still was like freaked out because I was like, yo, they actually like listen to fans, which is like something they haven't done. And I think that that's kind of an encouraging sign when the Pokemon series has been as bad as it has been, to see at least somewhat that they're aware.
Yeah,
like,
people have been asking for a new Snap for like a decade now, probably.
Yeah.
So, you know.
And so the fact that they're doing that, I think, gives us hope for a lot of other fan favorites potentially coming back. I mean, they also did that Pokemon Mystery Dungeon remake. No, they did like the Pokemon Mystery Dungeon remake.
Shut up. Wait. Let him speak. Because I want to actually point something out.
Yeah, I want to go off of that too
Zach.
as well. Yeah.
Zach, go.
So yeah, anyways, so basically the people that grew up with like the first generations and have that nostalgia for Kanto and like, also play Pokemon Snap and Pokemon Stadium, all that, they won. I'll get this game. I think it looks really pretty. I think that'll be really fun. I like photography a lot. And this now makes me hope that like one day they bring back the Shadow Pokemon games.
Okay, so I want to go off of that because Ben is saying, don't expect it, haha, right? Well, nobody expected Snap to begin with.
Yeah.
Literally, no one expected they would do a new Snap game because here's the simple fact in terms of numbers, right? Snap, the original one, didn't really sell well. It was actually a pretty poorly performing game in terms of sales. Okay, so it wasn't like a lot of people had even played it. It's just the ones that had played it were
really loving
dedicated to it. Yeah, and they really loved it. So their outcry was large enough that they were willing to be like, you know what? Yeah, let's make this. Sure, we only sold like 1.5 million copies of the original one, but yeah, let's make another one, right, on the Switch as well with actually decent graphics. If they're willing again to do that with a game that sold 1.5 million. I'm pretty sure they're willing to do it with the other remakes, which all pretty much sold more than that. I mean, Stadium sold more. Stadium 2 sold more. Battle Revolution sold more. Pokemon Rangers, for crying out loud, sold more. People want Pokemon Rangers. I don't get it, but people want to see a new Rangers game. I think XT Gale of Darkness also sold more, and Colosseum sold more. Because, like, Snap is actually one of the least selling Pokemon games, but they actually recreated it. Also, let's not forget, we literally got a remake of Mystery Dungeon this year. Red Rescue Team and whatnot. Like, it wasn't terrible. I think it was a decent game.
It was all right, yeah.
Mystery Dungeon, like, dude, like they're actually doing something that fans have wanted, and that's a great sign.
Well, Mystery Dungeon, when did the 2016? So that's a 4 year. I mean, 4 years between them. That's not too big.
Yeah, but fans like love the original. Like the original is considered like the best, and also the Explorers of Sky. People love that.
I mean, Mystery Dungeon was fine on its own, but for $60, well, yucky, really bad for $60.
Well, the thing is, it's not like they're gonna just shit it out for cheaper. That's the problem. They're not
Yeah,
gonna do that with anything.
yeah. Nintendo games, like you always gotta know they're always gonna be 60,
Yeah,
regardless.
well, they should give them the budget of a $60 game because that game did not. No way.
I think that this is also encouraging for people that wanted better graphics from Pokemon because now we have a benchmark and we can hold them to their own standard.
Well, here's the thing though. That's not Game Freak. That's not Game
I know,
Freak.
but I could still.
They're not
No, I
gonna
know.
listen. They don't
I
give a
think
shit.
Game Freak. No, I actually think Game Freak's game. I think gameplay wise, it'll probably still be barren. But I think that with the next gen, I think it'll actually look pretty good.
I sure hope so.
But
I
I'm
sure hope
sick
so.
of saying, oh, it'll happen next gen. It'll happen next gen.
No,
Yeah,
that's
we-
what I'm saying.
Every
It's
time.
not going to be good. It's not going to be a good game, but it's going to be pretty. Because I think that they're going to think that they can get away with making, like, you know,
Well, yes, they can.
something not as
I
good if
disagree.
they make it pretty.
Of course they can get away with it. Of course
But
can
they
get away
can
with
get away
They
with
can
it. They
get
definitely
away
can.
With
But-
anything.
But I think it's a bit of a different situation. Okay, listen. You know what's interesting, right? So we're gonna talk about the whole like Unite thing, right? We're gonna get to that.
Eventually,
But
yeah.
okay, so how far away are we from that? Because there is something very much that connects to what we're talking about at the moment that I want to bring up in terms of.
Well,
that,
you,
like,
you can
know,
mention it. You can
now,
mention it
right?
real quick. I mean, because the thing,
Okay,
before,
so-
yeah.
specifically that thing right there. See, the problem is at the end of the day, Game Freak, right? They're kind of the problem in terms of the mainline games, right? Like they kind of create the issue. But I think that also has to do with the kind of dynamic they have with the Pokemon Company. But what we've literally seen now with Pokemon Unite is that the Pokemon Company, Nintendo, and Game Freak all do shit separately. Like the Pokemon Company decided Unite's gonna be a thing. Nintendo
No.
literally didn't give a shit about that so much that they didn't even fucking make a tweet. They literally didn't
No.
even make a tweet on
It was
Nintendo
hilarious.
America or Europe about Pokemon Unite. They didn't do anything about it.
I think
No
so,
retweets,
yeah.
no posts. You know what I mean? Like
knew
that
it.
clearly shows that Nintendo like doesn't want to associate with that, which is literally like a franchise, like a second party franchise of theirs. You know what I mean? A franchise that they own 33% of.
Mm-hmm.
So like what I'm trying to say is like I think that Game Freak may have to improve their shit because of pressure from Nintendo or like the shit around them. You know what I mean? Like sure they can sell well, but I think that like the impact of people's complaints, because this was the first time, let's be honest, this was the first time that like with Sword and Shield was the first time where they got that amount of backlash.
Yeah, there's
Exactly.
always
They
been
finally
people.
got it.
Every time a new game is released, there's always been people that have been upset or disappointed. But this is the first time that number. Yeah, this is the first time that number has been astronomical.
Yep. Yeah, I
Mhm.
I just think that just because the Pokemon Snap looking so good, I don't know. I think that they're really gonna actually do something, at least with the graphics. I don't know how gameplay will be, but I think graphics will look around the level of Pokemon Snap.
Someone says in the chat, Zach, turn up your volume. I mean, the thing with Zach's volume is there's a ton of static behind it. I don't know why. Like,
Yeah, it's like because I'm on my I have my fan running because it's kind of hot. So
oh, okay, yeah, because like every time you talk, I hear like psh in the background, and it's like.
yeah.
Damn it, Zach.
Yeah, but I think in terms of Pokemon Snap, I think we're done, right? Like we all said it was a nice surprise. We're all happy for it. I mean, it looks good. It looks like it's gonna be a pretty good game. I guess we could say, what are your expectations or predictions for when you think it'll come out? Because we didn't get a date.
Did they even? Is it? I saw on the bottom corner, it's like copyright 2020. So does that mean it's coming out in 2020?
I don't think so. I think copyright just means that they like showed it this year or something, right? Or
I have
whatever.
no idea. Then
It'll come out in October.
I don't know. They didn't give a
That'd be
date
cool.
for it. I think the reason for that might be just maybe because Nintendo is probably gonna have a direct like later, where they'll probably give like an actual date for it. But
yeah, hopefully,
but I guess
that comes out.
I guess we can say this. Like, do you think it's gonna come out this year? Like, do you think that's gonna be a 2020 game?
I'm truly unsure about that. I don't
Yeah.
know.
Yeah,
I don't know. I don't know.
Because honestly, I think
Like,
it
what if they're
can.
working remotely and then it gets delayed? or
Well, when they
something?
revealed Mystery Dungeon, that game came out like a couple months after it was revealed. So
Yeah, it came out 2 months literally
But
later.
they give a release date though after that, right?
Yeah. But that's what I mean is
I feel
maybe.
like oh.
I think because of the pandemic.
Yeah,
I
like
think,
they
I
might
think
be
pandemic
unsure.
reasons is why they didn't announce a release date.
That could be why, or maybe I just feel like there's probably going to be a direct where they give a date later or something.
Hopefully.
But yeah, honestly, I do think this is going to come out this year. Reason being is the second presents that happened or whatever. We didn't get any mainline game or anything like that. So it's pretty clear now, because it's too late for them to show anything else big, that there's not going to be any more big mainline releases this year. So this would be like a big Pokemon release, like a $60 release, like at the end of the year, you know?
Oh yeah, you know, I won't complain. If this game does not have a substantial amount of content, I think the $60 price tag is fucking ludicrous.
Oh yeah, I mean there were already people on Twitter that were upset about that. But I mean, with this being like a first-party Nintendo game, you just cannot expect it to not be $60, you know?
Yeah, because like Crash Bandicoot 4, people started complaining, oh shit, $60. But then it was literally announced like yesterday that there's over 100 levels in that game.
Yeah.
I'm tired of people holding 3D platformers to unfair standards, bro.
Yeah.
There's a bias, that's all I'm saying.
Anyways, what's next?
Yeah, what is next? Isn't it Pokemon Unite after this, or no?
No, Isle of Armor.
No. Yeah. I mean, so Isle of Armor, we can just give our general thoughts about it. We can go in order. Yeah. So if you guys want my thoughts, I think Isle of Armor was all right. I wouldn't say it was anything phenomenal, nothing to write home about and be like, everybody has to play this, it's freaking amazing. But I will say, if you played Sword and Shield and it didn't seem like it was all that exciting or all that much fun, this definitely felt like it was a step in the right direction for what the game should have been, because the whole game, well, there's so many things that this Isle of Armor did that I was like, oh, this is what Sword and Shield should have done. Where it was, the first one was you're free to play at whatever pace you want. Like in Sword and Shield, I remember like when you got to a new city, you had to do whatever shit they told you. Like if they said like go talk to Nessa over here, you had to do that shit. You weren't allowed to do anything else. You weren't allowed to go further. You weren't allowed to go back. You had to do that and pretty much play the same linear way they told you. Once you get on the Isle of Armor, you can explore that entire island top to bottom if you want without even doing the next thing that it tells you to do. And that's what I loved. It's like you could have done anything. You had the freedom to really go wherever the hell you want. The second was it was open. It was like the wild area, so you could actually get lost, like just exploring. Like you could end up in like a forest and be like, wait, how the hell did I get here? Or you find some random cave in the corner or something like that. And that felt like an immersive world. Whereas Sword and Shield, every route was like a hallway. It was a corridor. You can't get lost in that. You can just go straight, basically. So there were definitely two things like that I felt were a really good step in the right direction. But in terms of like the actual DLC itself, the story, it wasn't like anything insanely exciting or anything like that. It could have been done in around like 3 hours, I think. Like if you just do the story, you can finish it in a little bit. It's not anything crazy. So in terms of the content, it wasn't like insane for me, but I think it was all right. It was definitely a step up from the main game, in my opinion.
Can I go next, teacher?
Yeah, sure. You can go next.
Yes, Ben, is it cool if I go first? Because before I forget the stuff I was gonna say. So in my opinion, I think it was lackluster, like really, really lackluster. For real, it was, because you know what it feels like when I played it. It felt like they truly rushed it, and like really rushed it. Now, there is what you mentioned, Arrow. There is stuff here that is good, okay? And I will give it credit where credit is due.
Oh, I didn't like have an insanely fun time with it either, but I'm just saying they definitely did stuff in the right direction, you know?
Yeah, that's exactly what I feel as well. Because I think some of the stuff they did good was, for example, like you mentioned, the actual Isle of Armor itself, right? Like the biomes, the nature, everything. I think that was actually awesome, right? I mean, of course, it could be done even better, but I think for what was there, we actually got to see what the what the wild area should have actually been in the base Sword and Shield game, right? A more diverse place with like a more lush forests, you know what I mean? Swamps, more deserts and stuff. Because like, I feel like that's the thing with Sword and Shield's wild area. It's just kind of boring. It's like it feels like you're always just going to the same thing over and over again. There is no, it was just like there's no proper forest. It's just a bunch of like randomly put out trees in the middle of nowhere. You know what I mean? That have no purpose. But like with the Isle of Armor, when you go into the forest, it feels like a proper forest, right? It feels like, you know, it's like made to be a specific way, but it feels like, hey, you can explore it a bit, have a bit of fun in it, and like being able to, like you mentioned, find some random caves and stuff. That's what we want. And the fact that we were able to freely do what we wanted, right? Like, hey, when you get here, You want to do the story, go do the story. You don't want to do the story, go ahead and do this thing, that thing. Explore the world, right? Explore the whole place if you want to. You're not limited to anything. Whereas like with Sword and Shield, if you want to explore like the last city in the game, right? If you want to go all the way to the last city in the game,
Nope.
you have to first do the story, right? You're stopped, right? Like, and if you want to get there, you got to go through a bunch of boring routes that are poorly, made.
Yeah.
And like in terms of the Isle of Armor, I think some of the, like they did a lot of good stuff. Like for example, the fact that they added following Pokemon, I like that. But they even couldn't get that right.
Yeah, it's very laggy. It's not properly developed at all.
It's bugged. It's bugged. It's laggy. It's also like just I don't know why they just didn't like they need to change a few numbers in code to fix that. By the way, they just literally need to change a few numbers to make it so the
let's go like it's fucking
yeah, but that's what I mean. They just it takes a few seconds for them to just change the code to make it so the Pokemon are accurate. And I mean, I'm seeing some people excusing it like, oh, but this is the accurate speed they'd be walking on. Well, it's not even just well, that's bullshit. First of all, and number two, even if that was the case, do you know how long it takes for Meltan to catch up to the trainer? It takes 3 minutes for Meltan to catch up to his freaking trainer.
Let's throw accuracy of Pokemon sizes in battle. Way lower.
Yeah.
So this doesn't even work.
That's so true. Yeah. They're like, oh, they want to match the actual speed like stat or whatever. That makes no sense because
that's bullshit. Yeah, exactly. What's up?
Relates to that. Okay,
What's up?
I'm just saying, I actually am starting to lose hope with how crazy people are with getting like apologizing to Pokemon because I had someone in my comments defending Pokemon Unite for like the fact that it's probably gonna sell data to the Chinese government for people, and they were just saying like that was like they were actually defending it and saying it was a good thing and stuff.
Wait, they were defending that they're gonna sell our data to the Chinese government.
Yes, and they
What?
said, "What are they gonna do with it?" I mean, come on, it's not a big deal.
A meme.
They were
That's
literally saying
a meme.
that.
That's a meme.
Yeah, I hope he was trolling.
No way. You can't, nobody can be that stupid, right?
This person was defending Pokemon Unite already, so I know they were serious. And they were defending game. They defended Sword and Shield. Like, oh my god.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
Wait, what's happening? I'm confused. What's wrong? What? I'm lost.
What?
No, you guys started laughing, and I'm just like, what's going on?
because of
I'm
what
lost.
Zach said. He was like, they were
My brain got tapped out. My brain got tapped out for a minute.
Damn.
No, but like for real though, the Isle of Armor though is just kind of like it shows you what could have been, but in itself, it's also like a poorly produced mess in a way.
Yeah. I
it's
definitely
like
agree.
the story is lackluster. It's like nothing's
absolutely.
there.
Yeah, absolutely.
In terms of like actual Pokemon to catch, I mean, we literally had one brand new, and I'm not counting Cubfu by the way, because fuck that, I'm not counting that Pokemon. But the actual like brand new Pokemon to catch in the quote unquote wild is a singular one. And that's Slowpoke. That's it. There's nothing else. Like it shouldn't even like be, and even that Pokemon. Let's be honest, Slowpoke is lazy as fuckly made. Like it's just got a yellow head or some shit.
Wait. Slowpoke is the only new Pokemon besides Cudfu.
Like in terms of like a new form, new Pokemon, yeah.
New, in terms of, we're talking brand new. You know what I mean? In terms of brand new, we're not counting returning Pokemon because you're not gonna count shit that was meant to be there to begin with. I'm not gonna count that.
$15.
30, my friend, 30 because you can't. It's separate.
Yeah, you have to buy them. Yeah.
Yep.
I was
So
trying
30.
to be nice.
I will say though, I will say if they were sold separately, this is not worth $15 in my opinion.
No, this is do not buy. Definitely not.
It is worth $5 at most. Yeah.
Oh my
Barely even that, to be honest.
Oh, well, I mean, what?
It should have been in the base game.
Yeah, that's what pisses me off.
Oh, I will say if Isle of Armor and even the Crown Tundra when it comes out, if they were both in the base game, I would have probably gave the base game a 9 out of 10, like in terms of a review.
I mean, yeah, if it was there. Not 9 out of 10, but
maybe not a 9 out of 10. Yeah.
It would have boosted it though, for sure.
It would have been way better because you could have definitely said there's a lot more stuff to do. You know what I mean?
I wouldn't have hated it, and I would have said, oh wow, it actually feels like a $60 game. All right.
Yeah, but I think also a lot of people, I think everybody from the start kind of said the Isle of Armor was definitely going to be the more underwhelming one, and the Crown Tundra seems like it's going to be the more exciting one. Because I don't know,
double the size.
Because Ben, I don't know if you saw the leaks or whatever for the map, but the Crown Tundra's map apparently is going to be like 2 times the size of Isle of Armor in the wild area or something like that. So,
not the wild area. I
think people are. Puzzle. They brought back my favorite puzzle. Gosh dang it.
Oh, you mean the Reggies?
Yeah, the Reggie puzzle? Yeah,
dude,
that's gonna be lit.
So much fun.
Back the best puzzle. Like,
how big?
I know you're wrong.
How big is the map for Isle of Armor? Because I've not played
It's
it yet.
small. Like, and listen, no, it's not small actually. It's how do we explain it, right?
It's
What would you?
but they make use of the space. It's not like empty space, which I think
Yeah,
is what makes it
exactly.
better than the regular
Is it
one.
smaller than Colony 9 from Xenoblade?
Is it smaller? Oh yeah, Colony 9 is fucking huge, bro. That's like a whole no. It's probably like the size of like, you know, when you start in Xenoblade 1 and you go to the town or whatever, like that much space. Yeah, that's
No.
like counting the whole town too.
That's terrible.
Yeah, it's not like a huge.
I mean, how would no? But you know what the problem is? You know what the problem is? That with the space they do have, that they do use, right? They fill it out well enough that it feels like a diverse kind of like island.
Yeah, and that's the thing
really
too.
does feel
That's the
good.
thing that I was also gonna say is the graphics don't have like obviously like a big update, which is to be expected. It's using the same exact engine as they used it for the base game, but there are small little changes that they did that definitely felt kind of better to me. Whereas like on the ground, for example, I don't know, like most people don't notice this type of stuff, but like there were definitely like little like pebbles and rocks and logs and leaves and stuff, and like little flowers, which were not in the wild area originally. Like the wild area in the base game just is like a low resolution like ground texture, the whole entire floor basically.
Yep. And the
But
only
here,
time grass, it's just like the grass where Pokemon come.
yeah, exactly.
This one, you have kind of like actually grass that isn't like, you know, just normal grass. You know.
Yeah, there's like
Which
little
you
blades
see
of
on
grass
actual,
and
you know,
flowers and stuff. Yeah.
I still think the game looks like a fucking. It still looks like a PS2 game. Like,
Okay, it doesn't look great. That's
Oh,
obvious.
yeah.
It still doesn't look great, but like.
But I still.
Oh yeah, it doesn't look amazing at all, but I'm just saying it's nice that there's some improvement or at least an attempt.
Yeah.
You know.
I mean, I've not played Isle of Armor, but from what I saw, it looked alright. Like, the environment looked alright. There was a lot of verticality and, like, finding caves and shit. Like, that seems cool.
Yeah. I mean, that's the thing, right? What they like with the space they had, what they made was an actually good island. Right?
Yeah.
But the problem is the island itself, like what you actually like the areas you explore and that stuff. That's fine. Like that's actually decent, right? For what it is, right? But the problem is everything else that's in there, right? Where's the story? It's non-existent. Where are the Pokemon? Well, it's only the old Pokemon that are there, like just literally returning Pokemon. Luxray, freaking what do we have? Like Luxray and Zoroark, shit like that, or Volcarona, etc. You know, that's like the only thing, you know, that's kind of like whatchamacallit, that's only there really. It's like just old Pokemon, nothing, no new Pokemon, and nothing else to do.
Yeah, so there's really no incentive to really do anything in the game then, is what you're saying.
No, because you could be done with everything, and I really mean everything, if you actually sit down and start playing. If you want to get every Pokemon and shit, you can be done with most of it in like 5 hours, you know?
Yeah, damn, and that's what I fucking said. I fucking said it would be small. And everyone's like, oh, you have to wait to see more.
No. I agree with the idea that it was going to be small. I expected this one to be small. Really,
Yeah, I
really
wasn't
small.
expecting it to be
Every time people
big.
ask me, like, your opinion on it, I always used to say, like, I'm not excited for the Isle of Armor because it just looks like it's going to be very lackluster in size, right? And in scope as well, right?
Yeah. But it definitely is an improvement from the other wild area, I would
Oh,
think.
and actually, I have heard the music, and the music is still fucking dog trash. They need better fucking instruments. They need the next Pokemon game better have fucking better sounding music, because this music is
Well, the
embarrassingly
base game music I didn't have a problem with, but the Isle of Armor music I didn't really love it all that much personally. I just thought it was all right. Like I didn't
bad.
think.
I've got
Bro,
a
why
problem
can't-
with
I
the entire game's music.
Okay,
I don't know.
but
Ben
I
hates like the
say
whole
though,
soundtrack. I thought the music was
Yeah.
fine in the base game.
I just say that this is like a problem with like everyone right now. I don't understand why is no one making good game music anymore. Like, if
you
you-
did not play Ori and
Bro.
the Will of the Wisp, my friend. You did
No,
not
I'm
play
talking about
Xenoblade.
that's a 10-year-old game. Like, bro.
Yeah, but it did remixed.
yeah. There's all remastered tracks.
Yeah. Like, my problem, though, like, I've noticed with a lot of Nintendo's games this gen, their soundtracks have been so lackluster. Animal Crossing is horrible. Like,
Oh
I
my
actually
god,
hate
Animal
New Horizons
Crossing.
soundtrack.
Animal Crossing
Like,
is bad.
New Horizons is perfect, but, like, the soundtrack is the worst thing ever.
Really?
Other than 5
Is
AM.
it that
5
bad?
AM is amazing, but the rest sucks. Yes, it's
Oh,
horrible.
No.
You know,
Oh,
isn't
yeah.
there
And
like
it's
a
not like Earbleed. It's not like Yoshi's like the Earbleed, but it's the music that like doesn't exist. Like it just you hear it and it goes right out. Like you don't remember it ever, no matter how much you play.
Wait,
it.
isn't there like a jukebox in Animal Crossing where you can like play tunes or something? Or is that some
but
other
it's
game?
like KK music. It's not like that. The
Oh.
hour music is what I'm talking about. The hour
Oh.
music is horrible. I hate it. Like I actually had to make a replacement playlist, like to turn on in the
Damn.
background.
It would be
like,
cool. It would be
like-
cool if like one of the. It would be cool if one of the updates like added old music back or something. You know how sick that would be from
Yeah,
like.
that's what I'm hoping for. Then the game will be like 10 out of 10 after that.
They're not gonna do that.
They won't do that because it doesn't make sense. Like that's what I would have said for like Splatoon 2, add music from Splatoon 1 because I liked a lot of tracks from Splatoon 1, but they didn't do that either. So.
Maybe, who knows? The Animal Crossing team does cool stuff sometimes.
Yeah, you never know. And Animal Crossing, you know, we could always see a surprise. But yeah, I think we all gave our general impression. So Isle of Armor, it was a step up in terms of like certain things, but at the end of the day, it was nothing amazing, nothing like freaking fantastic, you know.
Oh yeah, I will say too that like it did show that like they can, if they felt like it, they could have really made an open area that actually has cool stuff to do in it. Cause
bro, literally, while I was playing that, I was just like, imagine if the entire Gala region was made like this. Like, you know how fun that would have been? How fun that would have been. It would have been so sick, but yeah.
Like, that Diglett quest is fun. I don't care. Like, that is one of the funnest things ever. That finding the Diglett, I love it.
I mean, and that adds... that adds content, too. Like, even if you're not going to do it, there's still stuff to do, you know?
It's
but
so,
one thing
it's so cute.
The what?
One thing about the Diglett, though.
They fucked up the animation on it.
On what part?
They have an animation, bro. They have an animation for Diglett coming out of the ground, like an actual animation.
Oh yeah, I know. I saw that. Yeah.
What did they have instead? They have it clipping through the ground.
Oh, poor baby.
Yeah.
No, but seriously, I love it. So yeah, the quests were really fun. It actually had like, I liked too how the NPCs, they weren't just like, oh hey, let's battle, or oh hey, here's a tutorial thing. Like, they actually all have functions and they all do random stuff, which is kind of cool. And it's more than just battling, they actually kind of do stuff. So I saw some really good like signs, I guess, that like I feel like if they really had the time to put into like Pokemon games, they could do a lot more, and they actually had some good ideas with it. So.
Well, they do have the time. Here's the thing: they do have the time though, because here's the thing that I think we kind of overlooked here. If you actually look at the Pokemon games, Game Freak doesn't even make like majority of the game.
Yeah, creatures and all the other creatures.
Every 3D model you see that in terms of like, you know, the Pokemon and characters. By the way, I can hear myself twice for some reason.
Yeah, Zach. Do you have like an echo happening or something?
No, I have headphones on, so that would be impossible.
Yeah, I've got headphones on as well.
Well, I do
too.
too.
So it can't be from me because I'm hearing myself from.
I don't hear echoes.
I don't hear echoes either.
I hear it. There you go. I heard it from Zach. It's coming from Zach.
Yeah.
But I have
Zach,
headphones on.
you motherfucker.
I don't know what's going on, dude.
Do you have like the stream? Do you have like a stream open or something in like a different tab?
Oh.
That's so weird.
Well, screw it. We'll just have to like, you know, keep going for the way it is. But either way, dude. So here's the thing, right? They don't even do majority of like they do the base work of the game, right? Like all they have to do is create the concepts for new Pokemon and just build the world itself, right? Which is essentially the most fun part of making a game. And like the technical shit, right? That is oftentimes, you know, when they do it, always screwed up by them. And all the heavy lifting is done by other companies. Like Creatures handles the 3D models, right? Which are the tedious shit to do, right? Game Freak handles the world building and stuff, with, you know, like actually mapping out the world and stuff like that, and doing like UI and those things, right? Which are kind of like the more easy thing in terms of like, you know, I mean, not saying that it's easy to like do it, you know, per se, but it's easier, so to say, compared to like having to basically, you know, make a brand new model for a brand new Pokemon from scratch, right? Like that takes more time. Doing the animations and stuff takes more time. So like Game Freak don't even need to do all the work, and yet even still with that, they can't really push out a proper product, it feels like.
Yeah. But I mean, like, they're forced to do yearly games, and like, so they're co-developing games probably next to each other constantly.
Well, that's what I'm saying. There's no game coming this year. There's no game coming this year.
Capable people. Yeah, they need more people and more capable people too, like new people.
Yeah, and the thing is, it's not even about it's not even like the yearly games too. It's just that they don't want to expand their team to the point that most AAA titles do. You know, like what's a series that used to come out? Well, it's not as much happening anymore. But you know what's a series that used to come out very very often, but also had really good releases? Assassin's Creed. Assassin's Creed came out very very often, and those games were pretty good for what they did.
I'm gonna have to disagree with you on that one. Assassin's Creed, when it started, okay, had a good flow. Then Assassin's Creed Unity happened,
Yeah.
and
No,
I mean,
it was a disaster.
I think that's what error means.
but do you mean? But are you saying that they're worse than Pokemon in terms of quality though? Like
They were, bro. Did you see? Listen, Pokemon is shit, okay? But Assassin's Creed Unity and some of the games they made, bro, were like the word beyond shit, okay? Garbage, right? Like genuine garbage, like the shit you'd find out in a dumpster, right? When you're dumpster diving for some like I don't know Cheetos. My point is, like that's what like some of the games was. Now they're better, but you know when they became better? They became better when they stopped releasing them yearly and they took a break. Right, that's when they became better. That's when they released Assassin's Creed. What's it called again? The most like one of the most recent ones.
Odyssey.
Odyssey. The other one before that.
Uh,
What's it called? Like Origin something. I don't know.
Origins.
Yeah, Origins.
Yeah, that one was decent and good, and it actually like they actually changed their approach to like game design with that game, and people loved it. I mean,
Yeah,
people that I trust with their reviews, they loved it. They said, "Hey, they're actually like did good." But then the game after that, Odyssey, was a good game, but they were doing a bunch of sketchy shit with it, like intentionally making the game grindier, so they'd force you to have to buy like like these like boosters and shit like for real money
Yeah.
to for you to actually progress and stuff. My point is, when they were releasing them yearly, it was too much pressure on the developers to get shit out all the time, which is why we got something like Assassin's Creed Unity, which was one of the buggiest messes of all time, bro.
Oh, yeah,
Like
Yeah, I was trying. My point
yeah.
was more of like you can say that like each time with the improvements that they were making, they were trying to make the games in a more like they were trying to make the games a step forward, like evolve them. Whereas like you can see like Pokemon games have pretty much kind of been the same thing every single time, you know?
Yeah, well, they didn't do that initially, though. The first like decade or so of Assassin's Creed wasn't like that. It was only in the last three or so years that that's happened. The last 3 to 4 years. That's when that shift has happened. And the reason that happened is because of the failure of Unity and some of their like some of the stuff around that is because those things just totally flopped and failed and just weren't successes. So they realized, yeah, we can't push these things out all the time, which is kind of what you see with Tom Clancy's, right? Because that's another thing Ubisoft owns, which I'm so sad that they're butchering that franchise. But like Tom Clancy's, they were releasing Tom Clancy games now recently every single freaking year. We had The Division, right? We had Wildlands. Then we had The Division 2. Then we had the latest one was Badlands. I don't know. I don't even remember what it's called, but it was so bad and so horrible in quality and everything that everybody panned it, and it was such a crash and burn that Ubisoft literally like they just said to all their teams like, okay, we need to stop that. Like that was that we went too far the wrong way with that one. So that's why like Ubisoft literally delayed like so many of their games to make sure that they wouldn't fuck up the way they did with that. So that's the thing with them. They're just learning by like screwing up. The thing with Game Freak is they've been doing this almost for a decade now, like just screwing up and not really improving or changing their problems, and like improving on their little fuck ups. That's the problem with them. So like this thing, Ubisoft, like they make mistakes, they do a lot of really anti-consumer shit, but at least they realize when it fucks up, they gotta fix it, right? And they know that like we gotta make a shift in how we do things and how we develop things, because otherwise, guess what? People just ain't gonna buy the shit, or if they buy it, they're gonna pan the shit out of it, and it's gonna make. Because I'm an avid player of Ubisoft games, right? And I saw that the latest like it wasn't wild. I'm not sure what it calls, Wildlands, whatever the latest one was. It's so I barely remember the name because it was so fucking irrelevant. Because it just literally as soon as it was released, people were like, "This is an awful game. It's buggy, it's messy, it's awful." And what did they do? They literally went like, "Hey, let's not rush the next Assassin's Creed. Let's not rush the next things. We're like the next this game, that game, whatever the fuck we're working on. Just don't rush it. Let's take our time. Let's like not release let's just not push out games yearly, but instead take our freaking time with it,
Yeah, I really hope that that's what they try to do now, because there's no Pokemon game coming this year. No one really here has a problem with waiting. We don't need to have a new Pokemon game out every single year. Like I can wait till 2027 if they promise me the best Pokemon game I've ever played. I don't really care. But yeah, I hope that they've seen what people have been saying now, because with Sword and Shield, I definitely hope that he got a message, that they got the message, because this time I don't think they've ever had an experience like that, With
they just did. They just did. We're about to talk about.
Yeah,
exactly
yeah, but that's not Game Freak. That's the Pokemon company. Yeah.
Oh, but it's all connected, my friend. It's all connected, brother. It's all connected.
But yeah, I mean, I guess in terms of that, do you guys have anything else to add in terms of Isle of Armor, or are we ready to move on to the
We're ready to
next
move on,
Pokemon
bro.
disaster?
Yeah.
All right.
Oh lord.
Well, yes. So
Just keep on
the next
coming.
thing that happened was at the end of that first Pokemon Presents. Of course, the Pokemon president, Mr. Ishihara, said that there was another big project. He specifically used that term, big project, that they had in store, and that he said he was going to give more information about it the following Thursday or Wednesday, actually, the following week after. So of course, everybody started speculating, wondering, what could he mean? A big project? What's this going to be? And we all wake up early, get ready to stream this, watch it, and find out it's just a mobile game. Now, granted, the mobile game is kind of unique. It's a MOBA style game, which Pokemon has never done before, but it was definitely what not a lot of people were expecting. And of course, there were very, very negative reactions all over the internet, lots of dislikes, lots of people being angry on Twitter. And I guess we can give our overall thoughts in order just about the reveal and kind of how you feel about the game itself, too. But if you guys want my thoughts real fast, we'll go in order. For me, I think the game itself, I mean, obviously we have to wait till it comes out and everything, but it doesn't look terrible. I think it looks okay. I just know the concerning thing is people are saying it's because it's made by Tencent, who is like notorious for like doing lots of shitty microtransactions and scummy stuff, that's why people are worried about it, which we'll have to see. But I already know with Pokemon and all that, they're probably going to try to do some sketchy stuff like that. But really for me, for me though, the main problem wasn't even the game really, but just the way that they went with the reveal. They said it was a big project. They got people excited. And of course, I wasn't expecting something like ludicrous, like Diamond and Pearl remakes or something like that. But I was expecting like maybe just something like to be shown to be like maybe like Detective Pikachu 2 or some type of Switch game. And maybe not even to have it released this year, but just say like, here's some new footage. We're working on it. It's going to come out 2021, 2022 or something like that. But yeah, I don't think anybody was really... I think no one really expected it to turn out to be a mobile game as like their big project that they quote unquote said. And I really feel like to prevent that, they should have just said like the week before, they should have just said it's a mobile game and we want to share it with you, because I still would have woken up early to see what the mobile game is. Like me and Ruffle, we probably still would have streamed it either way, but they should have just said it clearly. But those are just my thoughts. I guess Ruffle, you can probably go next because you always want to talk.
I got a doo-doo in my butt, and in my butt is Pokemon Unite. All right, so okay, let me be honest about this, right? I play MOBAs, okay? I played many different MOBAs. And when I see Pokemon Unite, right, I'm gonna play it because fuck it, why not, right? I played other MOBAs, I played worse MOBAs, I probably played loads of better MOBAs. But like the thing with Unite for me is everything leading up to it was a total shit show. Because here's the thing, right? As you mentioned, Arrow, telling us that it's going to be a big project a week ahead of time, right?
Mm-hmm.
That just gives us, like, again, the reason why it all felt like we were, like, the reason why we even speculated Let's Go Johto or Gen 4 Remix or any of that stuff, because again, the reason, this is what I was talking about earlier, like when we were talking about Pokemon Snap, right? When they gave us that first presents, and then they said we're going to have another one next week, we all assumed they probably wanted the big thing, the big thing next week, so it wouldn't interrupt Isle of Armor, right?
Yep.
So then when we started like, putting all these things together, this might be a connection, that might be a connection. Oh shit, it's the perfect timing. It's the 20th anniversary of Pokemon Crystal, blah, 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 blah. Like all these things, right? They started building up because again, they said big project. And had they just literally not even said that, had they just said, we're revealing our collaboration with Tencent, or we're revealing a big project we've been working on alongside Timmy or whatever, right? If they just had given us more context to it, the same way as you, Arrow, mentioned with like Smash, how they fucked up when they were revealing like the Fire Emblem character, right? Like whenever who was Martha or who Violet. Yeah, thank you. When that thing was revealed, right? People got pissed off because they hyped it up as a new character, but then it just ended up being like another Fire Emblem character, right? It's just, and then they didn't do that now with Min Min. Instead, they said,
"Holy shit! Damn!
Arms,
Give me one
right?
second. There's a fucking thunderstorm. It just started. Hold on, it started pouring. Let me close the window.
Yeah, it's been a thunderstorm here as well, man. Literally all day. It's nuts. But whatchamacallit? With Min Min, bro, like you mentioned, Arrow.
Yeah.
Literally, they pointed out straight ahead from the beginning. Listen, we are only showing you Arms character, nothing else.
Exactly.
And guess what? Still, 500,000 people were watching the reveal. You know what I mean? On just YouTube and shit. So like, clearly, people still gave a shit, and they just pointed out what it was gonna do. Problem here was, they didn't say, oh, it's gonna be just this thing, or or whatever. They
And
said
he even
big
said a
project.
big project. Yeah, that's the thing. Like if he just said mobile project instead of big project, we would have been fine, bro. No one would have been mad because they would have been like, "Oh, you showed a mobile game."
Even new project. Even the word new project would just have been like better. Because
Yeah.
the fact they said big, right? When you hear the word big, you're expecting actually something large in scale.
Yes,
Right?
exactly.
We're expecting
They
a Pokemon
consider
series.
this. They consider this really big though, like Pokemon Go.
Yeah,
That's how
they
I
do.
look at it.
Yeah, but that's the thing, though. That's the thing. We don't understand. We didn't understand their definition of what they consider big. Because when I look at this, you know what this game is, bro? If you remove the Pokemon from this and just add in random characters, you can. It's literally the same game as any other MOBA. It literally doesn't look like anything. But it really is true though, because that's the thing, right? I'm gonna play it. I'm gonna do my best to try to enjoy it and see what it's like. And who knows? Maybe I'll actually love it, right? Maybe the gameplay is gonna be super super fun. But I'm gonna tell you right now, when I see that game, I literally, if you replace the 3D models of the Pokemon and just add in random like characters from like League of Legends or something, I would literally not see the difference.
I mean, didn't you say it's like didn't you say it's like one of those like League of Legends modes that was cut or whatever, like the Dominion or whatever?
Thing, right? The whole game mode of like the whole literal like main game mode, right, which you're going to be playing in this game, right? Unite is literally a game mode that was removed from League of Legends. Like it's literally that game mode, but that was removed.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
And it was removed because it was pretty bad and people just didn't enjoy that much, right? It was just, I mean, it wasn't bad. It was kind of nostalgic, but it wasn't great, which is why it was removed because just not as many people played
Wasn't it like simplistic though? That's what.
Simplicity. Yeah, it was pretty simplistic.
Well, that's why it works for Pokemon because it's like baby's first MOBA,
Exactly. That's exactly what I said, bro. It's like this is literally baby's first freaking MOBA, and it's so annoying because they could have done something amazing instead. They could have done something really crazy. And they genuinely think this is gonna be as big as like Pokemon Go. And here's the thing, right? This game, and I'm gonna tell you right now, it was not made for us. This was only made for one reason, and that's the Chinese market. That's the only but it's true. This is the only reason. Because the company making this game is Timmy. You know what Timmy also did? They have literally 2 MOBAs that they've already made for mobile, which look identical, by the way. Arena of Valor and Hero of Kings or some shit. Those 2 games, by the way, look identical when I tell you right now. Like, when I say identical, I really mean they look exactly the same. Like, the map looks the same. The characters look the same. The abilities look the same. The only thing is that UI is slightly different, but they look identical. And when you compare those to this Pokemon Unite game, it's the same shit. It's, like, literally the same. You know what I mean? Well, of course, they had to make new assets, but if you look at the Pokemon themselves, they literally just got the assets from Pokemon Go. They were just given the assets from
well, I thought they were from Let's Go. It looked
bro, they did. That's the same thing. The Let's Go Go.
I mean, I guess so.
From Pokemon Go.
Yeah.
It's also, they keep reusing the same assets over and over again. My point is, nothing there looked unique or different. It's like, sure, it's unique in the idea that it's a Pokemon MOBA, but that's also as unique as in the idea of me taking a shit being my unique shit, right? Like, it's still a piece of shit, right? But it's my unique shit because I took it uniquely, right? It doesn't make it in any way like more special than anybody else's shit at the end of the day. And that's the thing with this game. It's just another MOBA. It doesn't make it unique. It's just that it's a MOBA with Pokemon in it. You know what I mean? That's all it is. It doesn't actually bring anything new to the table. Doesn't do anything new for the doesn't do anything new for Pokemon at all. It just doesn't do anything. Oh yeah, quality's a lot better.
Yo, did you like switch to the YouTube microphone or something?
Yeah.
Oh damn,
now you sound
good,
dude.
that is fucking phenomenal. Holy shit.
Let's
beautiful.
Damn. All right then. Yo, he just went from like a shitty like 2011 YouTuber to like instantly like a high definition quality YouTuber. Damn.
Oh my god.
Okay, I want to hear Ben's opinion on this thing.
Yeah,
I want to hear your thoughts.
Right.
Yeah, we already know.
All right. Do we? Well, I think it's funny how salty people were. I'm not gonna lie. I
I wasn't even angry.
Like
I wasn't even angry. I just fucking hated the idea that like they would like call it a big project.
Yeah.
And do it separately. That's my problem.
Me and Ruffle literally said this on stream. We were like, no matter, even if it doesn't turn out to be something that we weren't expecting, we weren't gonna rant or get angry on Twitter. But like the thing is, it's just so weird and disappointing that that's what they thought was a big project in their eyes. Because right now, if we're going off of what they're saying, bro, then that means in the Pokemon Company's eyes, they think Pokemon Unite is a bigger deal than Pokemon Snap coming to the Switch.
Yo.
Yeah, well they do.
That's disappointing. That just shows how much disconnect they have with their fans,
No,
if
but
anything.
exactly, which is why you all saying, "Oh, they got hope, they got hope." Well, no. If they've still got that mindset of Unite is this massive shit, then obviously no. Like,
It just shows that they care. Their future right now, what their mindset is right now, is mobile.
yeah, you know what?
And that's not
Pokemon
good.
Go. I'm gonna say, Pokemon Go ruined the fucking
Pokemon.
start.
Yep.
That's
That's true.
That's what I've been
Right,
saying in
yeah.
my videos recently, dude. It's like
It
if
truly
Pokemon-
did.
it's Pokemon Go's fault.
It truly did. It truly freaking did.
And I'm happy
It made
with
them realize, yeah.
I'm happy with how Pokemon Go like spread the franchise. It blew up the franchise again. Like
Absolutely,
that's
yeah. It was like the
That's-
Pokemon craze from like the 1990s again.
Yeah,
Absolutely,
they
but
brought it back.
They brought it
but
back.
the way that they just like kind of like got into their heads of like how that's
It's
the
because
only
they're
way.
So daft, bro. They're so daft. They're so simple-minded. They're like, oh, this be good. People like mobile game. People like mobile game. Oh my god, we make more mobile game. People make more lot of money. No, just because the only reason Pokemon Go did so well is because they played off of insane nostalgia, and it was the first time we got in a game like that. Like this was like Pokemon Go was wholeheartedly unique, right? Like there is no game at the time that existed that was like that game, right? With that big of a franchise behind it. Sure, it was like another game Niantic had made that was similar to that, but it was like a shitty kind of infection game, which was boring as fuck, and like it didn't even
And
like come
wasn't-
close
so
to the quality.
Wasn't it the first like Pokemon game on mobile? Like the first big Pokemon game on mobile phones?
First big, but there were
Yeah.
other stuff before, like Picross and shit. was on there.
The shit you.
By the way,
Yeah.
this I feel like too, like what it's crazy that this story came out the same week as this Pokemon event, but you guys probably saw this that Nintendo is going to move away from making mobile games because their mobile games weren't successful, and they saw how successful Animal Crossing was, and they're moving away from mobile
Yeah,
now.
so
Yup.
maybe we'll
And it
finally
just
get more
shows
fucking games.
The difference. Yeah, and it
Yeah.
shows the difference between the two companies right now.
Yeah, because
Like,
Nintendo and
Pokemon's
Pokemon Company are
mindset
like
and
separate. They're not like their
Yep.
own. Like they're not part of the same exact
Yep.
thing. You know.
But
So-
there is
Yeah.
one thing that needs to be noted though about that specific like connection there, right, between the two, because like at the end of the day, Pokemon success is Nintendo success. Nintendo success is like not as much Pokemon success, but you know, if like that's why the Pokemon Company didn't want to move like the franchise over to the Switch because they thought it was going to be a failure. They wanted it to stay on the 3DS, right?
Yeah, I
That was the whole
remember
thing
that.
with Ishihara. He literally said
Yeah.
he doesn't want to go there because he thinks it's going to be shit. Whereas Nintendo wanted to get a mainline series game on there because it's Pokemon, for crying out loud. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But that's also like that specifically thing you mentioned about like the whatchamacallit, the fact that they're moving away from mobile, right?
Yup.
I think the same thing might happen for Pokemon when they see the response that's happened right now. Because I think the fact that Nintendo's doing that is going to influence how Pokemon handles things. Because guess what? I think they noticed the dislikes. It's impossible they didn't notice dislikes. And also, this is different than Sword and Shield, right? This is really different from that. Because with Sword and Shield, right, it's a mainline game. So mainline like players are gonna buy it no matter what because they're gonna get what they expect from Pokemon, right? Catch Pokemon, train Pokemon, battle gyms, get the badges, become the champion, right? That you get the general Pokemon journey, so people will buy that. But this is different. You don't have that here. You don't have your trading, your competitive battling, or like the general stuff like catching Pokemon. None of that is here, right? All you have here is something that a lot of people don't give a shit about because you could see the response from people. Remember, like, Arrow, didn't you like make a
Dude,
vote for
yeah,
this?
yeah. I made a vote. I looked at the total results. Let me see if I could find the tweet, bro. Because
Let me
that
see
was
if I can scroll down and find it as well.
yeah.
Here
Alright,
it is.
so-
Found it. 1,200 votes, right?
yeah.
1,200 votes. 49.6% of people said don't care, won't play. So about 50% of people.
Yeah.
So out of 1,200, 600 said
yeah.
will not, like, genuinely then won't actually play it. And then about a 35% said we'll probably give it a try. But there was like 5%, give or take, that said we'll actively play it. Right?
Yeah, and
Out
give a
of
try.
1,200 people.
Give a try even probably just means like they'll try it once, and if they don't like it, they're just not gonna play it. So if we're counting
And
both
this is
of
the
those,
sort of game.
yeah.
And this is the sort of game that definitely is going to warrant that sort of like throwing
You know-
away after one try sort of thing.
I don't even
And here's
think
the thing.
Unite is even gonna be big. I don't know. I don't
Yeah,
see a
have you
game
guys
like that.
noticed?
No, it isn't. It
None
definitely
of the-
isn't.
None of the mobile Pokemon games have been successful other than Pokemon Go. Like
Yeah,
everything
yeah.
else is just.
That's
Yeah.
what I thought
Like,
as well, yeah.
And did you realize like how like there's so many more like or not more but maybe like close to the same amount of Pokemon mobile games that we've had with like Nintendo mobile games. Like how many
Yeah.
Nintendo mobile games do we have? We have what? Mitomo, Pocket
I can
Camp,
search it
Animal
up. I can
Crossing.
search it up.
Fire Emblem. What else do we have? Dr. Mario, Mario Kart Tour. That's like 5. But there's so many Pokemon ones too. We have Pokemon Go. We have Pokemon Duel, which came out. Magikarp Jump, which came out. Pokemon Cafe Mix. Like there were so many. Pokemon Quest.
I got the list for you, so we can actually count them down. So Mitomo 1, Super Mario Run 2, Fire Emblem Heroes 3, Animal Crossing Pocket Camp 4, Dragalia Lost, which is one of their like big money makers.
Yeah.
So that's about what are we at, like 5, I think? Yeah, we're on 5.
Yep.
Dr. Mario World 6, Super Mario Kart Tour 7, right? So that's the Nintendo ones. But listen to this with Pokemon. You have Pokemon TCG Online, Shuffle Mobile, Pokemon Duel, Pokemon Go, Magikarp Jump, Pokemon Quest, Rumble Rush, Masters, Sleep, Smile, Cafe Mix, and Unite to be decided.
Exactly.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So pretty much about double the Nintendo mobile games.
Fucking hell.
And that basically shows you, because now Nintendo is moving away from the mobile market from after seeing Animal Crossing. And to be fair, besides Dragalia Lost, I guess.
Nintendo, bro.
I mean, besides Dragalia Lost and like Fire Emblem, they didn't have really successful like mobile games. Like even Mario Kart Tour, I don't think has been that successful for them.
Oh, it's been a disaster.
Exactly. Yeah. It hasn't been that successful.
Deserved.
You know what I mean?
Yep,
it's only been
true.
Fire Emblem because everybody loves their waifus, so people would actually spend money on that.
Falling in popularity.
But even that, you're right. It's been going down drastically because they haven't been making enough money, and they're becoming way more toxic with the monetization in that game, bro. Like they're charging you for like a season pass now and shit like that, so people just don't give a fuck about that game.
Did better. Pocket Camp did actually in like the last few months. Pocket Camps has actually made more money than Fire Emblem Heroes.
I cannot believe it. Like usually it was supposed to be the reverse, but like the main series game made the mobile game more popular. Like, what?
Yeah, that's nuts. But like they made double the amount of games that Nintendo has made in terms of, because Nintendo could have probably made way more. You know what I mean? Like, I can just off the top of my head think of a bunch of easy ways to make Nintendo franchises into mobile games. Legend of Zelda, you can make like a mobile like dungeon builder for like a 2D Zelda game.
You know, right? I think there was something rumored. Yeah, I think there was something rumored that there was going to be a Zelda game coming to mobile. We just didn't know what it was.
Like that's just one off the top of my head, but there's like a million other ideas you can like come up with for mobile games.
Because that's simple. What's bothersome too. Like part of the Pokemon experience before was having like all these different like spin-offs on the consoles that were really fun. Some of them weren't good, we'll be honest. Like some of them were really fun, and there's a lot of fan favorites, and like they're moving away from that too. It's like the main series games have their own problems. The spin-offs are dead for mobile now. It's like you can't escape like anywhere. It's so bad.
Yeah, and also like you can see that Nintendo does not care about like with what Pokemon Company is doing with their mobile games. Like they didn't retweet this announcement, like Ruffled said. They didn't retweet the trailer. They don't give a crap about what they're doing with Pokemon Unite. You know.
I hate modern Pokemon. I fucking hate it. I've been saying it for Let's Go is when it started with Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee. I think that's when I started really hating modern Pokemon, because even that game, like people
I was
like
ahead
it
of
now.
my time.
I mean, let's go. I had a fun time with.
So
yeah.
It was so bad that like I actually enjoyed Let's Go more. Which is
that's actually crazy. That's actually unbelievable.
I like Let's Go, and I will stand by that. It was bad though. But I still like it.
I dislike Let's Go because it was a lackluster experience. Listen, it had some interesting shit, okay? But throwing a million fucking Pokeballs to the screen was the most infuriating shit in the world. I hated that.
Oh yeah,
I hated that shit.
And you can
what I hate is that like
Go.
What they could have done with and it's Pokemon Go's fault because of the mobile, making the games more mobile. But it's like more, kind of like Gummy Bear, Soulless, whatever. That's how the game looked. But specifically, it's like if they really wanted to, if they were capable, they could have taken Kanto and just broke it apart and like made this crazy reimagining of the world of Kanto that was like open world and stunning. It could have been like Pokemon Origins. It could have had a narrative.
Damn, bro.
Been, like,
all right, you're making me too sad now.
And the saddest part is, too, I bet people would have loved that even more than Let's Go, and it would have sold more than Let's Go if they really did it. Like, it would have, because it was the perfect timing. They could have, everyone was on that Kanto wave because of Pokemon Go.
Yeah.
And they could have really broke down Kanto. And, like, imagine if, like, Lavender Town, if it was actually done right, like,
Bro, I just remember watching Ruffled streams of Let's Go, and I remember like he made a review on it, and he was like, "Yo, listen, guys, Let's Go was all right. I didn't have that much fun. I'm ready for that Gen 8 next year." He's like, "I'm so excited," and now he's just like, "Nope."
And then when it was first, no, when the first trailer came out, he was still hyped for it. And
well,
now-
well, I was too, because I didn't know.
Can you explain that? Because I always have to explain this to people because I genuinely thought like, hey, they haven't made a massive leap in graphics, right? But content. I believed that they would bring the content.
Yeah, everybody
That's
thought
what
that.
I believed in because
Yeah.
I thought, listen, hey, maybe it doesn't look like a fucking Picasso painting in terms of fucking graphics quality, right? But that doesn't matter if there is
like a fucking
content,
shit.
you know. But that's the thing. There wasn't content. The game
Yeah.
was lackluster. The
Yep.
story was actual total shit. By the way, anybody remember Team Yell? Anybody remember Team? What the fuck was their
Nobody
purpose?
remember that trash.
You know, and not just that, but like even seeing like the overview of like the map and stuff, and seeing like all that shit, I thought all of that was going to be explorable, right? Like seeing the giant map, the giant cities, right? I'm like, oh my god,
Oh my
can I go into
God.
the castle, into all the rooms,
Yeah.
find all the different secret hidden
I
things?
know.
Yeah, and it
No,
turns out to
no,
be a
it's
hallway.
not.
It's a
No,
freaking
that-
hallway.
That big dragon city was hot garbage. It was
I
so
know.
bad.
Yeah, that's
Oh
true.
my
Bro, I remember
God,
everybody on
so
Twitter,
bad.
every time I said like these areas don't look big, people always sent that damn same screenshot of the Dragon City, and they're like, "This is gonna be huge, man!" And then you go in there and it's like a freaking hallway. I'm like, bro.
Oh my god. It's
I
smaller than the
know.
opening area in fucking Xenoblade Chronicles. Holy fuck. It's
Do you want
smaller
to
than
hear
odd.
something so depressing? This is actually so sad. So like, I turned on Pokemon for the first time, like in like 6 or 7 or whatever months.
Oh, to play
And
Isle
I
of Armor.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and
that's like
was
I
in
that the first time I turned on like Pokemon Sword or Shield or whatever this year was to play Isle of Armor. I haven't played since like November or December of last year.
Right, same. And
Oh,
so
no.
like, I was in that London. I don't even remember the name, but like that bootleg London or whatever. Right?
Winden.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The graphics were so bad. I actually thought that my TV was set to like 480p, and I thought like it was broken. I was legitimate. I unironically believed that. Like I was like, whoa, like I need to fix my TV settings.
Oh
This
my
looks
god, that
atrocious. And it
city
was
is
the
a
actual game.
fucking
Damn.
joke. They done me so dirty. They did my fucking country so dirty. With these fucking-
Ben in
Like,
the UK
I
is
just
like
think-
over there with Sword and Shield. Meanwhile, I'm here with Black and White.
Yeah, you get black and white, you
I know.
motherfucker. You motherfuckers.
We got the last good like America got the last good.
Yo,
Pokemon.
yeah, Black
Hey,
and White, bro. I got the
no,
Brooklyn
hey.
Bridge. Yeah.
Yo,
Hey, fuck you. Sun
Europe
and Moon
is
were
like
good.
a clown show.
Sun and Moon
Like
were
y'all
good.
had Carlos.
Sun and Moon was good. I
Oh,
liked
yeah.
it.
I love Sun and
It
Moon.
was, yeah, I mean,
I
But the
think
post-game was still
yeah, the post game was all right. It was just catching Ultra Beasts. Except for obviously Ultra Sun and Moon, you had Rainbow Rocket, which is
I'm just saying.
yeah.
For Sword and Shield, I was ahead of the fucking curve. I was really ahead of the curve. Fucking called that.
No,
whole
you were.
shit.
No, you definitely were. Like that's undeniable. But like again, I was just hopeful, bro.
Yeah, I was just trying to be
had
optimistic. I didn't want to be
Yeah.
like negative right off the bat, you
Positive.
know.
This game killed me, bro.
No,
This
but
game
there's-
actually killed me. Okay,
No,
my
but
my
there's-
heart.
Yeah.
Listen, inside my heart, I had a happy little go-lucky little chibi looking ruffled, you know, Pokemon, right inside my heart. But you know what happened when Sword and Shield? They pulled out with a freaking firing squad, right? With just like AR-15s, and just went like on that poor little guy, right? And he just laying there, just bleeding and crying, bro, just bleeding.
Yeah,
and crying.
whack it.
That's my soul right now, bro. After
Yeah,
Sword
that
and
happened
Shield.
to me. Dude, that I was very like that happened to me with Auras. Like I actually went through the stages of grief after the Battle Frontier.
Oh, I like Oras. I think Oras.
I like Oras as well.
Oras is all right, but I would just
That's
if you
the
gave me
balance
the
here,
if you
so-
gave me the choice, I would play Emerald over it any day. That's what
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
True.
Auras
Yeah.
is what did it for me. Just because the Battle Frontier is my favorite feature in Pokemon history. So when they took that out, like genuinely, like I wasn't one of those people who was just doing it to be like, oh, I'm so cool, I hate this. No, like genuinely, that.
No, I
ripped
mean,
me
I think
apart.
getting
Yeah,
rid of
because
Battle
people
Frontier
always
is
use the
cheap.
dumbest excuse. They're always like, "Oh, you're not even gonna play the Battle Frontier even if it was in the game." No, I would play it, bro. I would have 50, 60 hours in that shit, bro. I would actually
Same.
play it because that was fun as hell. Because it was
Like-
so rigged, like you would always lose every time, but it was so fun.
I know, and like that whole thing, reimagined in 3D would have like made me.
Oh, absolutely! Like imagine like a cutscene when like the tycoon or whatever of like each like stage comes on or whatever.
Right? I know, like Dome is Sucker. Like imagine him doing like these crazy.
Like the
dances
battle
and, like,
factory comes down, like he just like comes out from the top of the floor and he's just like has like all these
Yo.
fireworks and shit. Like it could have been done so cool,
know.
but yeah.
it could have blown our
Yeah.
minds. It could have been the most
Yeah,
amazing
no, but
experience
I
ever.
fucking don't like being negative when things get revealed, but Pokemon has fucking taught me that I have to be skeptical of what they reveal.
That's fair. That's fair.
Oh yeah, I mean
Yeah.
even the next
Well,
games that come out, I will be cautious about them. I'm not gonna be like super excited like when Diamond and Pearl remakes are shown. I'll be like, okay, bro,
Yeah.
it looks good, but I hope everything is there that I like that makes me love the Sinnoh region. You know what I mean?
I know. I'll be like, this looks so good. I
I
can't
know,
wait
but
to play it
I
and
do
not
not
see the
want-
distortion world in Battle Frontier and like.
I do
everything I
not
loved
want
about that.
Sinnoh if they're gonna do it in the fucking Gen 8 engine. I
Oh,
don't want it.
It will be that. You already know
They
damn
will do
well.
that. You can't even stop it, mate.
How are you
It's
gonna
just
stop it?
happen.
Yeah, there's
Well,
no
then
way.
It's gonna look. Well, then why do you want that? It's gonna look terrible.
Well, I don't want it. I don't want it, but I just know it's gonna
I'm
happen.
a content creator, mate. At the end of the day, the more Pokemon, the more I got, work I got, and more the more I can
The
survive
more
and
money you get from YouTube.
Exactly. Hell yeah, brother. Hell yeah. Where the cash at? No, but seriously though, like that's just the truth. Like in all honesty, I've said this in my streams as well. Hey, more Pokemon just means
Hey,
more
if
Mew
they
for me
reveal,
and more growth
if
for
they
me.
reveal Down the Pill and it uses Gen 8 engine, you better be prepared for fucking videos because I will be completely fucked out of that.
But listen though, here's the thing, right? I was fucking like the moment they announced the whole like lack of Pokemon thing. You remember yourself that I shifted my tone like, hey yo, fuck you for this like
Yeah.
Nintendo.
Yeah, yeah. I remember
whatever.
Ruffled used to be
bullshit.
like insanely positive about Sword and Shield or whatever. Like he was like all over it. He was like, this is gonna be great,
Yeah.
bro. I'm so
Oh, I
excited.
remember
And
the
then
days.
once this all started happening, he didn't become super negative, but he started becoming neutral. He was just like, you know what? I'm not gonna be like super positive about it anymore, and I'm not gonna super hate on it
The thing
anymore.
is, for me, is I have these things that just like spike. Like I don't have constant anger about a game, right? I have
Yeah,
these
yeah.
spikes. My anger just spikes up in once, like because of something that pisses me off.
Oh,
And I
it's
was
like
just
that.
oh,
It's that.
you know what I mean? But like, it's just
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just like I have these spikes where it just spikes up. I'm just like, why is this a thing? Also, there's a giant fucking spider on my ceiling. Holy shit! Oh wow! I just saw it by accident when looking up into my ceiling. Holy fuck! That's scary, dude.
Is it like a tarantula?
Oh, dude, it's no. I mean, we don't have them in those in Sweden. They can't survive here. No, but this thing for Sweden, it's huge. That's
Yeah,
just scares
I've had
me,
that
bro.
lately as well. I've had
I-
that lately.
I hate spiders.
I hate
Ugh.
spiders as well. I fucking hate them.
They're so nasty.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm gonna have to get some way to kill. The problem though is I can't even reach it up there. It's too far. But either way, Pokemon, right? So, bro, like I hated Sun and Moon. Okay, you guys like that, but I haven't had a game I've been happy with from Pokemon in like half a decade.
Yeah.
okay?
Sorry, that's sad. That is sad.
The
Yeah.
last thing I actually enjoyed.
I
Ever
mean-
since like, I've just been so sad about Pokemon, bro. It just I keep being shit.
Yeah,
You know what
yeah.
I'm doing now? I'm playing through the old games to
Oh,
to, like,
absolutely. I'm doing that
to
too,
like,
bro.
bring back the nostalgia for myself. You know what? I'm having loads of fun. I'm replaying Pokemon Yellow right now. Sure, it's Kanto again, but I'm actually enjoying it, and I'm about to replay
Kanto?
Heart Gold Soul Silver.
More
Yeah.
like.
I want to
Kanto.
replay Emerald more than anything in the world right now. I'm trying to find my Game Boy. I lost it, but I will.
Bro,
find it.
I'm replaying Yellow, and then I'm planning on jumping to like Heart Gold Soul Silver, and then probably like doing
Oh,
Black and White.
I've been meaning to replay Hard Gold Soul
Dude,
Silver.
I
dude, the
need
thing
that
is for me,
Pokemon
like I'm like
Unite.
with you, where like I didn't enjoy Sun and Moon insanely to the point where I would consider it to be like a Pokemon masterpiece, but I did like it.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Here, I'll actually show you guys.
Yeah.
I have a picture because this is the picture I always use in my Discord. Actually, I'm gonna put it up on stream. It might take a while for you guys to see it, but I have a picture of what I consider
love
to
Sun
be.
and Moon,
I have a picture of what I consider to be what are Pokemon masterpieces. Like these, it's only the same 6 games, but let me see if I can find
Is
it.
Emerald one of them?
Absolutely, bro.
Yes.
Why would it not be?
Okay, good. I would.
Yeah,
I
this
would've
this
been,
picture
like,
right here.
fighting-
I mean, you guys can disagree with me. I don't give a crap. But this
Well,
for
it's
me,
loading, so we'll have to
this
wait and see.
these
I
6
can't-
games.
I'm gonna guess it's Black and White 2, Emerald, Heart Gold and Soul Silver.
Oh my God.
Platinum.
Yeah, yep, you got all of them. But yeah, these 6 games for me. I mean, you probably see it on stream now. But these 6 games, in my opinion, are all what I would consider Pokemon masterpieces in terms of what they offer, the experience, and there has not been any game after Black and White 2 that I have said falls into this category.
Hey,
Yeah, exactly. That's how I feel as well. Like Sun and Moon were good, but they were.
Yeah, Sun
they
and Moon
didn't
were
do
good.
the
So was
whole
Ultra Sun
game.
and Moon, but they do not
Right.
fall into
Yeah.
this category for me.
They didn't
Was
take it to
not.
that new level like the
Whoa,
others. Like
Ben, what the fuck? No, don't give
What?
me Ben's
What?
about just shit
No,
on
no,
Gen
no, no,
4
no, no, no.
because
You
he's
ain't not about to tell me platinum.
Is not a
Yes, it
Pokemon
is.
masterpiece.
Platinum.
Yes,
Yes,
it
it is.
fucking is.
Yes, it is.
Fuck
There
it
is
is.
no. No, no. I'm not even gonna argue that.
It
That
is.
Where's
no.
the original?
It is.
No, stop.
It is.
Where's
No.
the original black
It
and
is.
white? Where's the original black and white?
No, no, no,
It
no,
was
no, no.
worse than Black and White too.
No.
The original Black and White. Yes,
Yeah.
they were.
Black and White
Yes,
2
they
are
were.
way better
Black
than
and
the
White's
original Black and White.
narrative was better.
Way
Black and White's
better.
narrative was better, but Black and White 2 had the content. Like,
Yes, dude. Black and White 2. Black and White 2 did everything so much better too because it was like taken in the future and like you remember like all your friends from the older games and how they've changed. Like Sharon being a gym leader and shit. That blew my mind when I was playing. It was
like
so
they made
good.
a real RPG.
Oh,
Like,
that was
not
so
just
good.
Baja Pokemon
I
cute.
feel
It was an
betrayed.
actual
I
RPG
love
with
black
a
and white.
storyline.
No, I love Black and White too as well. Like the originals.
Yeah.
I love them too. Like I'd put them right below these.
Yeah, exactly.
They're
I
like-
think I'd put them next to each other because
Like
black
like
and white has
like
that
these
way
like
better
these I
narrative.
would say are all S tier in terms for me, and then Black and White the originals would be right below it in A tier.
Yeah.
Because
Like,
Black and White
did have that
2
amazing narrative. but,
yeah,
like,
because
the
Black and White 2
product-
just do everything better in terms of like what they offer in the experience, you know?
Let's be fair about one thing though, okay? And this is I don't care what Ben says or anyone says. This is something that's just hands down the fucking facts. Heart Gold,
Alright.
Soul Silver are the best Pokemon.
Oh,
games.
I agree.
because of a lot of reasons. Okay.
Oh, so many
Sure,
reasons.
They don't have the most like well, they're just remakes, but for what they fucking do though,
Oh my
and
god,
what
bro.
they gave
Yeah.
you, the amount of content out of that game compared to any other Pokemon game
Is
is
ludicrous.
like everything. It blows them fucking out of the wind straight away. To begin with, right? We have also when you bought that game, it was literally also included an extra fucking product. You got the what was it called again? Like the Pokewalker, right?
Pokewalker.
You got
Oh my-
that. That was included. You didn't need to pay extra for that. That came
Yep,
with
yep.
the box.
It
you know?
came in the box. I love that. It was so cool.
Yep. So you got an extra product, which didn't cost you extra anything. It was the same price as all the other fucking shit you bought. It was just same as the other shit, but you got something extra with it. And on top of that, the game itself, bro. The fact that they had unique events for a bunch of not just the new legendaries, not just the legendaries that are from that generation, but for older ones. The fact that you can go and catch Groudon, Kyogre, and if you have
Oh,
both of them,
yes,
you can catch
yes.
like Rayquaza.
Oh my
The
gosh.
Yes.
Sylvie event.
So much
Like
stuff,
all these
bro.
things. Sinjo Ruins.
Bro, I loved how
fucking-
because
oh
it
my
was
God,
in
that
Hard
was so
Gold. I
creepy.
think in Hard Gold you had like Groudon, and then in Soul Silver you had Kyogre. I think, right?
Yo.
Or was it the other way? Or was it the other way?
Versa, I
Okay,
think.
the other way.
Vice versa, I
But
think.
either way, the point is like you could get one of them, and then you would trade with your friends, so you could both have them, and then be able to get Rayquaza. Like there were so many incentives. It was so cool.
I
Like,
didn't know
love-
you could do that. Holy F.
Oh, not just that, by the way. There's also an event for getting Latios and Latias. By
Yes,
the way.
that too,
There's,
yes.
there's loads of events that were in that game, like loads of that shit, and also just side things to do, like the amount of side missions and shit you can go ahead and like fuck around.
Bro,
with.
that's what I'm
Look at
saying.
that.
And here's the thing. Here's the thing. There are problems with Hard Gold and Soul Silver. Like the one thing that I always mention is the level scaling in that game is shit. Because like the way that they do the leveling in that game is terrible. Like the Elite Fours have like level 40s. The first gym leader has a level 9. So it's very bad level scaling. But in terms of what the other good stuff that it offers, it's so much more compared to like the negatives in Hard Gold and Soul Silver. Where for me, at this point still, I think Hard Gold and Soul Silver are the best Pokemon games ever made. In terms of
It's
what
really hard. Like when you look at that game, it's almost like an entirely different group of
Yes.
people made that. Like,
Yep.
like,
Bro,
it's like literally a different universe or a
Bro,
different
just
It's
the
insane.
like extra content that you could do. There was a Battle Frontier, and you had the Poke-Athlon. Remember the Poke-Athlon with like all the little mini games? Oh
Yeah.
my god, it was
Bug
so
contest,
good.
by the way.
And
Remember the bug
contest.
contest?
Yes, bug contest. Yeah, contest. I
Yeah,
love
right next
that.
to the Pokeathlon, bro.
Yes,
oh my God,
yes,
that was amazing.
that was so fun. Cause I
And that
remember like just
radio
playing with my little
competition.
friends. Oh my god, bro! I remember like the little like one where you had to like break the bricks with your fighting Pokemon, and you had to tap on the screen really fast. Like that was some of the best times I ever had. Like, and we just don't get those types of mini games or anything like that in Pokemon anymore. It's just like,
Nope.
why? Like,
What? But you can make curry.
oh yes, curry.
Curry day.
Oh, gee, wee, Louise.
Yes,
Fucking-
because
my
I can
God,
because I can
so
definitely
cute,
compete with
bro.
my friends in
Fucking-
curry. Yes. Oh my
I
god.
fucking hate. So you know what? I'm gonna say Sword and Shield are some of the worst video games I've ever fucking played. There. Fuck Sword and
Sure,
Shield.
go ahead, man. I don't.
I mean, at this point, I'm not gonna disagree with you.
They
I
are
hate
the
it here.
worst mainline
Y'all-
Pokemon games ever made.
Yeah, that's 100% true.
That I agree with you. That I can agree with
I
you.
just, We're
But wait,
literally
like,
gonna-
what's an X and
Well,
Y?
yeah,
though?
X and Y, they're
X
kind of like
Y?
very similar.
yes,
I
they are.
prefer
X
X
and
and
Y.
Y.
Well, here's the thing. Here's the thing.
X
I
and
have
Y
to. I'd
has
have to
some interesting things
replay.
about it.
I'd have to replay X and Y to see just how bad it is. So if I could compare it to Sword and Shield, because
X
you
and
know,
Y wasn't even bad. It was just
Yeah,
kind of
it just had a horrible
lackluster.
post game.
because
Yeah,
here's
also,
the.
yeah,
Because Sword and Shield's like recent in my head right now because I played it.
Also,
but X and Y was
gets a
6 years
pass.
ago.
X and Y gets a pass for also being the first try they ever did. That was the first 3D game we ever got from Pokemon.
Yeah, but
You
then
know,
now,
like,
but now people are gonna
yeah.
say Sword and Shield was the first HD game and try to say
That's
that, you know.
it's not even HD. It's fuck all HD. It's 30 FPS bullshit. It's
Yeah.
not even good looking. Fuck off. That's
That's
the
fine.
bullshit. That doesn't count. That literally doesn't count. Going from like.
Oh, I
3D
know
to
it
3D
doesn't. But that's
matter.
what people
That
always
doesn't
say.
matter.
But that's what people always say on Twitter. They're like, but give them a pass. It's their
They're-
first
they're
HD game.
fuck those people. They're dead.
They will give them a
Bullshit.
pass until the
Yeah,
end
that-
of time. They will come
That's
up
the
with
yeah.
anything.
That is the dumbest fucking out.
Yeah, honestly, bro. Yeah.
Like it runs at
2D
30
to 2D is one
FPS.
thing.
It's
Okay.
720p.
Wait, Era. Put this on the screen as an example as to how that makes no sense. What's that called? Oh yeah, Risk of Rain. Okay, let me show you Risk of Rain. So the original game was 2D, right? Risk of Rain 1 was a 2D game, right? 2D, 100% 2D. Then they made a sequel and they made it 3D, right? That's a big leap where they made right there. So let me just send you a screenshot to Nintendo Nite. See if you can plug. these
Yeah, I
boys.
can put them in if you
So-
send them to me.
So there you go. There's a Risk of Rain, like the first one, right? It's a 2D game, right? It's to the point. It's just a 2D game. But then you see Risk of Rain 2, which, by the way, is a highly reviewed game that people love. And it's also cheap. They sell it for really cheap. They never overpriced for it. But it's a 3D game, right?
that
And
looks
they managed
crazy.
See what I mean? They went
Yeah.
from 2D to 3D, and they still got the point across and managed to make basically the same game, but in 3D, and it works. You know what I mean? Right?
Yeah, I'm
now,
getting the
if they were to
images.
make a Risk of Rain 3, right, and it's just another game in 3D, of course, that's not going to be like the same leap that you see right here. It's not even close to that. You know what I mean? You can't compare the two. One's jumping literally from 2D to 3D. The next one's just jumping from 3D to slightly higher quality, higher fidelity 3D. That doesn't count, you know? Like it doesn't. That's no different. That doesn't matter. That's just you making your game look slightly better than what it already does. You know what I mean? And with Pokemon, they didn't even make it look better because they kept using the same fucking assets. The only reason Pokemon looked bad on the 3DS is because it was the 3DS. What the fuck did people expect it to do? It's the 3DS. It couldn't handle more than it did. You know what I mean? What it could do was all it could do.
You know, I'd
It was
honestly
as it could.
honestly argue that Pokemon games put the handheld systems to their limits. Like the Pokemon games absolutely did.
Pretty
They
much
did.
because those things couldn't handle more than
Exactly.
that. That's the thing.
No. Like Pokemon games, like I remember like Totem Battles like lagged at 10 FPS and all of that shit. Like Pokemon games actually pushed
That could
pushed
be
the
more about
handheld.
poorly programming, though.
Yeah,
to be
I guess
honest.
that's true.
Yeah,
But
that's
but my point is like even like on the DS, like Black and White definitely pushed the DS to what it could do, you know, in terms of graphics and
Yeah.
stuff. Like it was really good. Like some of the cutscenes, like you remember when like Reshiram and Zekrom awakened and it took up both screens on your little DS? Like that shit blew your mind. Like they were able to accomplish a lot. Whereas like now on the Switch, it feels like it's one of the worst. Like they're not taking advantage of the Switch at all in terms of like what they can do, you know? Like
Yeah.
they
No, they're pushing the limits. That's the problem.
yeah,
They're
yeah.
not pushing the
Whereas
limits.
like where you see all these other games, you see like Mario Odyssey and Breath of the Wild and games like that do, and that's why people keep comparing them. It's like now you do have the power.
Breath of the
Bro.
Wild is a Wii U fucking game. It's
Yeah,
like a
here's the
Wii
problem too. Like
U.
you look at all of the Nintendo's franchises that made their leap to HD. Like other than Fire Emblem, pretty much none of them look ugly. Like Animal
Oh my
Crossing.
God.
looks
Yeah, and
stunning.
Fire Emblem
Breath of the
too.
Wild
Like
looks
Fire Emblem,
stunning.
everybody
Super
always
Mario
said like.
3D World looks stunning.
Well, sorry to
Like-
interrupt, but like I'm just saying, like whenever people always say this, they're like, "Oh, well, how are you so mad about like Pokemon's graphics? Fire Emblem is the same thing." It's true, you're right. Fire Emblem does have really shitty graphics. Three Houses
Yeah.
looks really bad. But here's the thing: the game is entirely voice act. It has 60+ hours of gameplay. There's 4
Yeah,
different paths. There's
yeah.
DLC that offers even more story content, and there's just so much more extra things to do. There's tons of side quests, so much more content. This
No,
is not
exactly,
that.
yeah.
This is not that. You get like a
Exactly.
20-hour game
Yeah.
that has barely anything to do after, you know? And they're charging $30 on top of that to basically complete the game. That's why people are angry about Pokemon. Oh my
Yeah,
god.
100%.
It's horrifying. We are literally
I-
gonna be in like we are literally gonna be pushing like 30 or 40 by the time Pokemon is good again.
No, we're not. Because
No,
wanna
I
die.
don't think they're even gonna make it good again. That's the problem.
yeah, that's what I was
don't
gonna
think that.
say. We're pessimistic assholes, but yeah, I agree. I don't think it's. ever
Yeah,
gonna be
you know what?
good.
Here's the thing, though. Here's the thing. Even if modern
ever
Pokemon,
will.
even if modern Pokemon never gets to be good again, we still all got our OGs. Like we all got our Heart Gold and Soul Silvers to just go back
exactly.
to. You know,
Yeah.
we still have
But I
that at
don't
the
know.
end of the
We've
day.
seen so many revivals. I'm like, one day, like maybe not today, maybe not next year, maybe not 2030 even, but one day.
Maybe when they have like a full team of just like younger developers working, because the younger developers at Game Freak definitely know what the fans want or like what would be exciting. Because like like the Team Rainbow Rocket episode that got everybody excited, that was the entire younger staff. They were like, let's bring in like all of those like older like antagonists from previous Pokemon games, and that shit was hype. Like I remember when Maxie sent out a Groudon, I was like, holy shit, he's got a level 70 Groudon. That was fun as hell to play.
Oh, and what game was this from?
Ultra Sun and Moon. Ultra Sun and Moon.
Sun and Moon.
Well, I never. Hey, I never said I didn't like it. I never said I didn't like it. I do like Sun and Moon.
See, when I said fuck Sun and Moon, I said fuck Sun and Moon. I never mentioned Ultra Sun and Moon, by the way.
Yeah, and Ultra Sun and Moon is good. Ultra Sun and Moon is really, really good. They're A-tier games for me.
They were good games, but because of two big things, they had some decent post game with the whole like Ultra wormholes.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
We had the Rainbow Rocket episode, and I guess the Mantine Surf, but that was whatever. But like they actually did something better. But at the same time, it was still just the Sun and Moon base game. Like it was still just the Sun and Moon game.
I feel like if Ultra Sun and Moon
that I hated.
Dude, if Ultra Sun and Moon did the same thing as Black and White 2, where like the main story was also like futuristic or like took place after that events of Sun and Moon, if it did that, and then if it had the same post game and if it had Mantine Surf and with Rainbow Rocket and all that, then it would have been S tier, easy S tier,
Well, they
easy.
set it up to where there could have been a
That's what I thought too, because when it was revealed, every YouTuber who reacted was saying, "Oh boy, we got Black and White 2 like sequels." That's what everybody thought.
Yup.
Like that's what I thought it was gonna be. I thought like Lily was gonna be like a professor, or like it was gonna just take place in the future. I thought that was what it was setting it up to be, because there were two versions, like Black and White 2. But then it turned out to be like an Emerald, but just with two versions so they could make more money, and that's what was kind of disappointing. Which what brought me
an emerald, more so like a crystal.
yeah, that type of thing. Where like the base game was literally the same with some changes. Like obviously the totem Pokemon were different and stuff, but the post game was really the only thing that had like drastic changes. Where I think if they changed the main story as well and had that, easy S tier, it would be up there with Black and White 2 and Emerald and all those games easily. But yeah, I think that was like the closest that we ever got to like that.
Man.
You know? Yeah.
This is what I hate with modern Game Freak. They always tease things that have so much potential, but they never do anything.
Absolutely, 100%. Remember when they showed the artwork? You know what? I'm gonna pull it up. Remember when they showed the artwork for the Ultra Megalopolis, and it looked like it was gonna be this crazy city you were gonna explore,
yeah,
and then you get a hallway. I'm gonna find this up because people don't believe me. Because people don't believe me. People are gonna be like, "Oh, you lying." You know, I'll show you the artwork right now.
That was literally like the precursor to the entirety of Sword and Shield. We were warned.
Yeah.
We were warned.
Dude,
No. I'm gonna find it right now
Like,
because
said that the Battle Frontier was under construction and we were gonna get it one day, and we never did. Like, and they
yeah,
had
people thought
characters,
it was gonna be
NPCs.
DLC. People thought it was gonna be DLC.
Yeah, and like X and Y.
All right,
with
this
that
is it.
fucking,
Look at
like,
it.
power
Look at this
plant.
chat right now. This is the official artwork that they used when they showed off Pokemon Ultra Sun and Moon's Megalopolis. And tell me this does not look
Where?
exciting.
I can't see
It's
it.
on stream. It's on stream. Tell me this does
shit.
not look exciting. This is literally a whole city
We're
in
waiting.
light. A whole city in light. It looks big as hell. It looks like it was gonna be fun as like hell to explore this, bro. And then it turned out to be a freaking hallway. A freaking hallway that you just go straight up some stairs to catch Necrozma. That's it.
But that's insane because it looks so cool when you look at it.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. They promote it well, but they don't deliver when the game comes out. That's what they literally always do.
Yeah,
No,
that is really shitty. That looks so cool. Fuck.
Yeah. Let me see if I can find a picture of what it actually
It
turned
looks
out to
like
be.
a dystopian alien city. Like, it looks so cool.
I found a picture of what it actually was too. Look
No,
at
but
this.
this is why I really love Sun and Moon, because the story was out there. It actually
Oh
really
yeah, Sun
tried
and Moon
to
has the second
narrative.
best story. Sun and Moon has the
wasn't
second best story.
And it
Right.
had really
Black and
good
White was better,
characters,
but,
and I actually
This
really
is-
liked the music.
This is what
and
it
I love
was.
the region.
This
I
is
love
what it
it's
was,
all
by
in
the
a
way.
different island.
This is
Alola
how big it
actually has
was.
some soul.
This is
Yo,
how big it
yeah,
was.
Yeah, Galar is like the biggest pile of fucking garbage I've seen in my entire life. It is genuinely the biggest piece of shit.
Can I be honest about the one thing about Sun and Moon for me, which was a problem, which is like two major problems.
Yeah, I
One,
think you said the
gaming's
cutscene.
The game's shitty pacing.
Yeah,
Like,
I can agree with
the
that.
pacing was atrocious in that game. And two, this is just a very personal thing, which is that I just wasn't really like I didn't like the appeal of like the tropical kind of setting, to be honest.
Oh,
no,
okay.
I love it.
Like
that's understandable. Yeah, that's understandable.
The Hawaii kind of setting, I just don't enjoy it.
Yeah, for me, the pacing, I agree with you.
Yeah.
The pacing was really stupid. I hate how it took me an hour to get like my starter Pokemon. You had to go save Lily and then all that shit. That is shit.
Yeah.
That was shit. And I hated how like they made you do so much shit after. Like, oh, you can't even go to the first trial. You got to go to trainer school. You have to learn all about status conditions and type advantages. That was the only thing. Yeah,
as soon as you're done with trainer school, then they put you on this. That's like specific path you have to take in the first city.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Oh, go talk to this person. Go take a photo. Go inside the store. Oh, go outside the store. Oh, go around the corner. Talk to fucking like random person. Battle Team Skull. Go back up this route. Right, like this. Like literally, you're literally seeing how it's all gridded out specifically.
Yeah,
what you gotta do.
They just make you
and
run
like,
errands, back and forth.
You can't explore. You can't do shit. It's just like they're forcing you down this path, and it's like it's not even fun. That's the thing. It wasn't fun because you already spent 2 hours fucking in trainer school and getting your starter, so you're already bored. And then they're like, "Oh, let me just make you even more bored by forcing you to like do irrelevant shit."
Yep. I agree.
I remember vividly when I first got Sun Moon, like I regretted buying it for the first couple hours. I was like, "Whoa, this is," but then it got really good, and
it gets really good in the middle when like Gladian and Lily and Lusamine and all that stuff starts happening. It gets really good, but it's just the beginning. Oh my god, it is atrocious. Like,
oh, the beginning killed me. So I literally didn't want to like play through it. I didn't want to finish it. I gave up on it. The only reason I ended up even fucking playing through the rest was because I just was like, you know what, I need to do this for videos, and that's literally it. I didn't want to.
What happened with me actually is that I had the original Cinnamon, and I played the first 2 islands almost. No, I think I got halfway through the second island, and I actually gave up. I fucking stopped playing because I was like, this game is fucking boring as shit. And then when I picked up Ultra, a year later, I got past all the shit I did before, and then I continued going, and it's the 3rd island is when the game fucking goes.
I should need to play. I should need to play half the game to get to the fun part.
No, but
yeah.
I agree. I agree.
That's a bad game. That's a bad game. There's no way you can excuse that. Like that's a bad game then. Because if you can't let me have fun in the first half of the game, which is several hours long,
right?
Then what the fuck am I doing with like, you know, what's the point?
JRPG fans be like,
yeah, no, I was about to say JRPG is. Even Xenoblade.
Yeah.
Persona did that too.
Yeah, Persona does that all the time, and I get so much shit for it because you can't say anything about Persona 5 online without not being like, oh my.
Right, though. I hated Persona 5.
Okay, thank you. Because everybody always, because I'm playing through Persona 5 right now, bro, and I'm just like, how the hell is everyone saying this game is a 10 out of 10? Because I am bored out of my mind, and I have 12 hours in that game.
And I'm not.
Yeah, it takes like 30 hours for.
Oh my. Okay. Yeah. I take your word. I'm sure it probably gets really fun as hell later, but god damn, is the beginning boring?
Myself, and I felt like I was gonna.
Oh my god, bro, it is.
Yeah, like I hate it. It sucks. But like after you finish like the first dungeon, I think, or 2, that like it's oh my god.
Yeah.
Mind blowing.
And that's my big issue with JRPGs is that they just start off.
That's why I just.
There's very few ones. There's very few ones that like, cause like. Very few ones, like even like Xenoblade 2, like the beginning is kind of exciting, but then once you get to chapter 2, it's like really boring because you have to like build Poppy and do all that extra stuff where you run errands, and it's not really exciting. The game doesn't really pick up till the end of chapter 3 after that, you know, like there's that much stuff. Xenoblade 1, I don't think so. Xenoblade 1, you're 90 minutes in and there's some crazy shit happening already, but
no, I disagree. I think Xenoblade 1 was worse. I
don't agree with Xenoblade 1. I think Xenoblade 1 like puts you right into the shit right.
What chapter are you on?
7, I think. I'm on 7 right now.
What area are you at?
Like right at the end of the marsh where like all the lights are.
Oh wait, that's it.
The trees that light up. Yeah, but I'm trying to 100% the game, bro. I'm doing so much shit.
Enough. Yeah, see, the point you're at, I still wasn't like super hooked into the game yet.
Yeah, Ben, guess what? The point that I'm at right now, guess how many hours I have in the game?
I'm gonna guess like 30.
30? No, I have 200.
What the F?
Yeah, I've been doing so many side quests. I've been getting all the affinity charts. I've been getting all that collectibles. Like I've been going ham on that game. So that's what I mean. I'm trying to 100% it. But yeah, like I've been like, for me though, that's like the thing. I'm like an Omega fan of it. So like for me, obviously it makes sense for that game. But most JRPGs though, a lot of them are just like, they don't get really good until you have hours into the game. And the thing with Pokemon is like Pokemon isn't even like a really big like story driven game like that. It shouldn't be like that you have to play 12 hours or like, you know, 8 hours to get something really good. Like once you get to the 3rd island in Alola, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah.
So yeah, that's Pokemon Unite, guys.
Holy shit.
we went so off track.
When do we talk about Crash Bandicoot? Oh my god.
That's at the very end, because like what we
Later on.
usually what we
Yeah, I
usually
did
do
a few
now.
episodes,
Yeah, what we
so-
usually do now is like we talk about the Nintendo stuff, and then towards the end we talk about just any gaming general news like you want to mention now. Because like last time we talked about Last of Us 2 and all that shit. I mean, we could talk about that again if you want to, but you know.
Oh, Min and Smash.
Yeah. So that's the next thing here. The last thing here was Min and Smash. Now, when the Nintendo Direct Mini happened, they already said that the next fighter was gonna be one from ARMS, which like Ruffled mentioned earlier in this video, the point that I made, they did really, really, really good saying that it was gonna be from ARMS. Because I can tell you right now, if Sakurai did not tell us it was gonna be from ARMS, and they just said tune in on June 22nd to see an unknown DLC fighter, and it turned out to be an ARMS character, people would have lost their mind. I already know, like this video, the people would have disliked it to hell, maybe even more than people would have disliked it to hell. Because people would have been like, ARMS? Who plays ARMS in 2020? That's such an old game. It should have been in the base game. Like, this is such a worse DLC choice. Like, you know, not worth spending it for the past. So Nintendo, I'm pretty sure they saw from Byleth, they were like, yeah, they can't do this if it's going to be not like an insanely surprising third-party character. So that's why with the Direct Mini, they were just like, expect a character from ARMS. And that's why everybody going in had their minds, like, their expectations were lowered going into this because it was just going to be an ARMS character. And that's why that video was really loved. Like, you know, all the dislikes on it, they were like, there's not that many at all, mainly just positive reactions because people knew that's all they were going to get. And I think that was a really, really good job from them, because if they didn't do that, I promise you this video would have gotten disliked to hell. Like,
yeah,
there's
bro, like,
no
the
way.
Communication on this was perfect. Like, I wish Nintendo was actually like that normally, like in terms of communication. Like, they not only did they say this was an ARMS character, but they also said this would be the only character in the presentation, so we didn't think like, oh, they're gonna reveal another one after.
Yeah.
Something.
Yep.
It's like,
To be fair, I'm a bit shocked that they didn't reveal another character. Like, I think, like, obviously they said, but, like, before the event was even announced, you would think that if they were going to have an event, they would announce the next character. Because, like, when are these all meant to be released by?
December of 2021, bro. That's a long time. Yeah, that's a long time. That's all of next year. All of next year, too.
That recent transition, so I think that it's, like, to remote or whatever, so...
Yeah, it might even be delayed now because of how Sakurai said they're working from home and stuff. I don't know.
Yeah, it is going smoothly, but like, you know, you never know.
Yeah, you never know what could happen, and I mean, yeah. So, I don't know. Honestly, though, like, just general thoughts. Min was honestly the only character from ARMS that I wanted, to be honest. Like, I did not want like Master Mummy or any of those other characters. Min was the main character that I used when I played ARMS. Like, she was like my main character and the one I had the most fun with. So I just wanted her, and also just because like she would be like an actual female character, like the first ever female DLC character, because we didn't have any girls literally in any of the DLC. Except for like Kazooie, everybody always says, well, Kazooie doesn't count because it's part of Banjo. Yeah. And same thing with Byleth. Byleth, like, it's a female alt, but it's not actually like a female character.
Byleth has no personality.
Yeah, I mean, Byleth in the game just doesn't say anything either. It's like a silent protagonist. Yeah. So, yeah. So I'm happy. I'm happy that it's. I'm happy that it was Min. It was the only character that I wanted. Some people.
Yeah.
I mean, I was gonna say some people were thinking that maybe they were gonna throw us off guard and it was gonna be like an ARMS 2 character and they were gonna announce a sequel, which would have been kind of cool. But I don't know. I'm fine with Min though. Min is absolutely good.
Yeah. I mean, I was disappointed, to be honest, only because like, if it was just gonna be Min, then why didn't they reveal that character in the Direct Mini?
Because maybe they didn't have the trailer ready.
No, but they could. Well, didn't they do that before with They did that for someone before, didn't they?
Yeah, they did that with
the trailer was recorded in late March. We actually see that based on what Sakurai says in the actual.
Well, that was like him like talking about the character, you know.
Right? No. What I mean is that he says that at the point when he's recording, literally says at the beginning, like, it's currently March, whatever, right?
He said May 2nd. He said May 2nd.
He said it's May, March. I don't know. It's both started M. That's all I remember.
Yeah, he said May. He said May 2nd. I remember.
May. There you go. Yeah, that should give you a general idea of when like they were recording the whole thing. But yeah,
my general thoughts are just like, it was cool. Like, you know, Min Min's a great character. Like, of all the ARMS character, her and like Twintel were like the only interesting choices.
I literally made a tweet. I said, like, as soon as they said like tune in, I was like, if it's not Min, I'm going back to sleep. Like, that's the only character I wanted from ARMS.
Oh no, I think it should have been multiple characters because like in the game you switch the arms anyway, so it's not as if they were solely unique to one character. So like they could have gotten Springman, Ribbon Girl, that ninja one, and Min Min. They could have had 4 of them, like in the way Dragon Quest was done.
Yeah, I mean, I guess so, but
that'd
I
be
think
cool.
it would have been cool. I mean, some people were kind of thinking that, but then I kind of
That's
saw
what
it.
I thought.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I thought as well. Like
That
people
would've
were
been
saying that.
fun,
Like I
yeah.
thought they were gonna have like one skeleton for like how the fighting works, and then just have different skins.
Yeah, because they say that every
Yeah.
armed character is the main character, and I just think that's a bit bullshit. Like,
I don't know.
Springman is the face of arms.
But he's
literally the
Yeah,
one
but he's an
with the
assist
rock
trophy. But he's an assist trophy.
Boring.
He's an assist
No, but
trophy.
If every character was the main character, then they should have done the Dragon Quest, I think, then, and given us 4.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah,
but I'm still happy
agree
with
with
what
that,
we got.
yeah.
I don't think it's bad. And plus,
Yeah.
if they put Springman in the game, bro, Sakurai would have unleashed another layer of hell because everybody would have been starting asking for other assist trophies to turn into fighters.
Oh yeah, that's fun. That's
That would
fun.
have been fun. That would,
Yeah.
that would have created like more mysterious.
Oh, people would have been like, oh, now it's time for Waluigi. Now it's time for Shovel Knight. Now it's time for Bomberman.
I just want the Luigi.
Oh, kid gonna get revealed on Halloween.
I just want Shadow the fucking Hedgehog. Come on.
I want Shadow for real, actually.
I just want
I think
any
it's
other
just memeing.
Sonic rep.
I
I just want
genuinely
any
want
other
Shadow,
Sonic
dude.
rep. Any other Sonic rep too. I don't care about Shadow. Like even Tails or somebody would be fine.
Anymore about
Bro,
this,
I just
like-
want a new Shadow game in general, bro. Like, I love the first one, and people meme it. I get it. It's guns and shit, but I liked it. Okay, I liked
Yeah, it was really
I
edgy
loved
and
it.
stuff, but it's really fun.
Yeah, but that was dude. The music in that game. Oh, that music was fucking awesome. I love the music in Shadow. It was so much fun.
hmm
Oh, but
I'm
of
fine with
course.
the DLC, but like I know Arrow still needs his Rex and Pyro though, and then he'll be happy.
Yo, you know what? You know what? I got so much hate every time I mentioned the article. But like, you know what's funny is that Sakurai literally said in one of the articles, he's like, there were many characters that we wanted to add when developing the original like Smash Ultimate or whatever. He's like, we wanted to add a character from ARMS and Xenoblade Chronicles 2, but we couldn't do that because the game was so late in development. He literally added one of them already. One down, one to go. One
Where the
down, one to
fuck
go.
is my Rex? I need Rex.
Yo.
I need Rex.
Yo, honestly,
Or
even if
Zeke.
it's not Rex, even if they add like Jin or somebody, I'm cool with that. I just want
Yeah.
anybody else to represent
I
Xenoblade
agree.
except for Shulk. Can I just have anybody else?
Wait, no, I don't want a Xenoblade 1 character because
I don't care, even if it's Xenoblade
I
1.
do.
No,
If
I
we
don't
get
care.
Mel-
No, we
yeah,
need
I'd
a
be
new
really-
game represented, something fresh.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and if
I
they
mean-
added Xenoblade, they'd be doing it just to promote the fucking new game.
Yeah, but I don't even care. At that point,
I
I
do.
wouldn't care. We only have one rep from Xenoblade. Fire Emblem, I can understand. We had 7 characters, but with Xenoblade, there's 1. You can't tell me even if they do that,
Yeah,
it's
give
bad.
me a Xenoblade 2 character. Unless it's Ricky. If they add Ricky as a playable character, then that's the only one that's allowed.
Ricky's already in.
Ricky's the
Isn't Ricky an assist trophy though already?
Yeah, promote.
Yeah. Damn.
Promote Ricky.
Damn.
Well, you can't get
For a new Animal
Dunban.
Crossing character.
Yeah. Dumb.
either, 'cause he's in.
Well, no, that's not true.
Final
Dun,
Smash.
even if Dunban's in the final Smash or whatever, you can have what do you call it? Like they have Chrom, I think. Isn't Chrom in a final Smash and he's already in the game? Whatever. Anyway, I'm pretty sure he appears in someone's final Smash. Doesn't Chrom appear in someone's final Smash?
I
think-
don't know.
I think it's a Robin's. Yeah, and he's a character. That's what I thought. But yeah, either
Oh,
way. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, either way, I just want some other character. But like, what do you guys think the next character will be? Like, do you think it'll be a third party?
Bro,
Something shit
none
I
of
don't
us
care
can do
about
this,
because
man.
I never get the characters in the Smash that I want ever. I've not had a single character that I've wanted in a Smash.
I mean, to be fair, that's also me. But I haven't also been disappointed with who we've gotten.
I've
Yeah.
legit gotten things, even things that shouldn't have happened. It's weird.
Yeah.
Like
fuck you.
for
Joker.
me, like none of the characters,
you.
like there's except for Banjo, there hasn't been any character that I've wanted that has actually made it as DLC. But I haven't been disappointed. Like I still had fun with Joker, still had fun
My
with
dream characters
Hero.
were Pac-Man. Oh, sorry.
Oh no, you can go. I'm
My
done.
dream characters were Pac-Man and like more Animal Crossing, more Animal Crossing characters and
Yeah. Fuck you.
Joker,
Fuck
so-
you.
And
fuck
Joker,
you.
and he literally got
Yeah.
all of them.
I just
I
want. Can I get like Rex or any from Xenoblade 2 and any new Sonic character? Literally any Sonic character. Just add them in. Tails, Eggman, Shadow, anyone. just give me one. Fucking hell, give me a Sonic character.
We'll see. We have to see another character before the end of the
No,
year,
but
right?
Sonic has been in Smash since Brawl. Where
Oh
the
yeah,
fuck
yeah.
is my new
We
Sonic
yeah.
character?
There's 6 characters, right? There's 6 DLC characters.
Bro, can
right?
Sonic
Yeah.
just be
Do you
remade
guys
from
do you
the
guys
ground
think they're
up?
gonna evenly? Do you guys think they're gonna evenly split them? Like 3 characters this year, 3 characters next year?
That'd be cool.
Because that's what I think would make the
I'm
most
wondering, like,
sense.
I
Because
wonder
we have
when the
Min
next character
we have
will be.
Min Min this year. Then I think we could get one character maybe in the fall, and then maybe one character like at the very end in like December. That's what I think would make the most
Yeah.
sense.
We'll have to see.
I don't know.
Bro, I just hope that Nintendo like bro, can they give us just a little bit extra this year? Like, give us an event in September and then like December, please.
Well, I do
Like,
think the
something
next character,
darker,
I do think
please.
the next DLC character will be shown in the next direct, just like how Terry was, like after E3.
Nintendo Directs are dead, my dude.
I don't think they're dead after. I don't think they're
Don't you
dead
think it's so
until
weird, though,
September.
that they called it Pokemon Presents. That was a Pokemon Direct in every way, but they changed it. Like, are
Yeah.
they getting rid of Direct?
No, I don't think they're getting rid of directs. I think it's just because they didn't want to
I
brand
think
that.
it's Pokemon. I think it's Pokemon. Definitely. Like, I think it's clearly because. Oh shit! This is one thing I was gonna say about Unite, but I
Bro.
tabbed up and let you guys talk about Smash. I was gonna remember. I was just remembered this, by the way. Yo, it's pretty obvious, by the way, that Unite and that Present was clearly something that was just demanded by Tencent. Like that
Oh my
clearly
God.
was something that
Yeah.
they demanded to have separate
Oh.
to promote the thing for them. I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure that wasn't what like Game Freak, sorry, no, what Pokemon Company or Nintendo wanted. I think it's within contract. They probably wanted to have a separate thing, right? Or else they wouldn't work on it. They probably wanted a separate presentation for it. So I guess they thought if we brand this a Nintendo Direct, we can't do two directs, right? Let's just call it something new. Presents, right? Pokemon Presents. Let's just do one for the things we were going to reveal in a Pokemon Direct, and let's do another one for their thing, right? Because that way, we're not going to sully the name of a Direct, because Directs are only for Nintendo stuff, right? Like Nintendo shit. Whereas this thing is this is a side thing that we're
Yeah,
not like
not
associating
Direct.
too much with,
Yeah.
you know?
That makes
Also,
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
that makes sense to me.
Yeah,
Yes,
the next
sorry?
character in Smash is gonna be a fucking Gen 8 Pokemon, and I'm gonna be so pissed off. I do not want-
I mean, I don't think
I
it's
do-
gonna be. I don't think it'll be the next one, but I definitely do think the one of them in the past is gonna be a Gen 8 Pokemon.
gonna
They're
be
1,000,000%
fucking
like Animal Crossing is gonna get more representation. Not from, maybe not from DLC, but like the New Horizons sold so much, I guarantee you, like they're gonna have no choice. But to put more.
That's if they give us a New Horizons character before Rex, I'm gonna be fucking mad. On
I will like
so
jump
pissed
off a
off.
bridge if they do something stupid like Raymond. I would kill. Oh my god,
Raymond. Oh
that would
my
end my
god.
life.
Damn. But yeah, I do think I do think we will see a Gen 8 rep. It's kind of inevitable, which like I don't want a Gen 8 Pokemon, but like it's gonna happen. Like I mean, people were saying like Urshifu or like someone like that is gonna come. I can see it. I definitely can.
I
Which I don't want even. Like I'm saying it right now. I don't want another Gen 8 Pokemon or not.
I hate.
It sounds kind of
Pokemon.
gross, but whatever.
I don't want it.
Yeah, yeah. I think most people will be upset too because there's a lot of Pokemon
God,
reps.
imagine this stage. Bro, I will cry laughing though if they like make Galar actually look better in Smash than the.
Oh, you know they will. Oh, you know they will. What do you mean? Of course they will. Like, bro, people were already memeing it once Byleth came out because Byleth looks better in Smash than in Fire Emblem.
Bye. Yeah,
But yeah.
I'm sure it'll probably the wild area will be the stage, like travel,
Yeah, yeah.
like the different.
Yo, and the trees and textures are not gonna
Oh
look
my
like
god,
shit.
the trees.
Oh, man.
My gosh, I will scream if the trees look good in there.
Yeah. But yeah, I think that's about
Yeah,
it in
that's
terms of
Smash.
Smash. Yeah, I mean, for the
Yeah.
most part, Min Min, character I wanted. I'm happy. I'm cool. I'm gonna try her out when she comes out on Monday. That'll be fun. I'll see how
Yeah.
she's actually like. She looks interesting. I feel like the worst thing is just gonna be fighting Min Mins online. It's gonna actually be terribly toxic because she looks like she's gonna be one of those zoner characters where you just sit there in the corner, spam out those long ass reaching attacks and don't do shit. So. It's going to be terrible. With the lag and the input delay, online Min-Mins are going to be the worst. Like, you thought Simon Belmont was
Oh.
bad? No. This is going to be the
Can
worst.
I fix that online? I want that more than any character.
Yo, that's also another thing. You know, now that you mentioned that, that's actually something that I could talk about real quick, was that, like, you know how, like, at the very end of that Smash presentation, he was talking so much about, like, the changes that they did to Spirit Mode and all of that? And I was just like,
Yeah.
you know what would have been much more appreciated if you just talked about online changes. Like if you just talked about like changes to online to improve it and stuff, you know, that would have been so much better. But yeah, it's unfortunate.
Yeah,
Also,
I completely
yo,
agree.
Matt M just donated $14. Yo, thank you, my dude. He said, Knuckles and Shadow for Smash. Good on Ruffled and Ben for showing their love for the Shadow game. Yeah, I mean, a new Sonic rep, I'm down. If that happens, I don't have a problem with it. So, yeah.
Yes, bro.
But appreciate the donation, man.
Shadow, I want Shadow, yow, please.
Yeah. Someone in the chat, Henry said Min Min is literally the mashing character. Bro, in the gameplay that Sakurai was doing, he was literally rolling into the corner and spamming F smash and keeping his distance. Like, it was crazy, but
That
All
sounds
right.
like my kind of character.
Oh, literally. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Ruffled playing with this character is gonna be terrible, bro. Yeah. But yeah, in terms of Smash, it was what we expected. I'm just happy that it seems like there's gonna be good music in there. Arms had good music, so I'm excited for that. But yeah, I think let me look at the show notes. I think that's pretty much everything in terms that I had. Oh yeah, the Animal Crossing. Yeah, Animal Crossing Summer Update. Zach, it's your time. It's your time because I mean,
Thank God. Okay, so first of all, I was actually like even coming for them for this, right? So I was so confused. This is an island game, and so like, but we couldn't swim before, and I was so confused because we had that in New Leaf. So I'm so glad it's back. Like
Mm.
swimming was one of my favorite features, and
hmm
they have like new DIY recipes, and like you can catch the fish in the ocean, you know, the different sea life, and like add to the museum, which I like. So the museum's gonna get more goodness, and this also basically confirms the data mine stuff that people have been seeing, which means later on we're gonna get farming in the game and like pumpkins and
that could definitely be
fruits
like
and
a
that.
fall update, like a harvesting update type of thing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
bet that's gonna be their fall update. So that's really cool. So it means that the future is gonna be looking really bright. We got Pascal back. I really missed him, so I'm so glad he's back. He's like this huge crackhead, so like I'm really excited to hear from him again. He says the weirdest things, and yeah, like this is a really good update. I love the DIY stuff, and part two is gonna have fireworks. So I'm hoping that they do like a I don't know like because they haven't shown part two yet, but I'm hoping that it's a really cool thing like in the Animal Crossing movie, they did like a festival thing where they watched fireworks from like a festival and there was cool stuff going on. I hope they do something like that with this game, like recreate that with the update that they have that they're teasing. But it looks
Mm.
amazing, 10 out of 10.
Yeah, I mean, I just saw everybody really excited about it, talking about it on Twitter. Like, I'm pretty sure the actual like video, like you said before we started the stream, it got more views and likes than the Cyberpunk reveal that happened on the same day.
Yeah,
So that's actually crazy to see how many people care about Animal Crossing. But yeah.
yeah, we've been waiting too. Like they randomly disappeared and we were confused because they were promising consistent updates. And it's been like 2 months since the last update, so we were wondering like when is this? Because it's summer now, so and they ran out of like all the spring update stuff is now passed, so we were wondering like what is this new season gonna bring? And so I'm glad that they talked about it and
Yep.
gave us what we needed.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah. Also,
So
there's a theory someone brought up that like Tortimer Island will because like we haven't gotten that back yet, but someone was saying we might get it back in like the winter time to be like a tropical escape when it's snowy and like we can go there and that would be cool. But yeah,
mm.
that's the update.
Yeah, I mean, I'm excited for it. It looks fun. I mean, I still have to get Animal Crossing, but I mean, I'll probably get it at some point. I just
Well,
don't
wait,
I don't have the
didn't I
money.
fucking donate for you to get it?
Yeah, yeah. I know. I haven't spent the money yet. I still have it, but I'll get it at some point. I mean, right now I already have so many other games to play that like even if I have Animal Crossing, it would probably just sit there. Like I wouldn't be playing it much. Cause I still have like Persona 5 Royal to play. I have like a little bit of side content in Astral Chain. I have Xenoblade. I still got a lot of shit to play, so I'm good for now. But the good thing is actually when I get it though, there's probably gonna be so many free updates in Animal Crossing that I'll have all that content right away. Like
Yeah,
so
I
that's
recommend getting it in like get it in August because your town's gonna take a few weeks to like become a normal town. There's like it starts out very bare bones and you have to
yeah,
like
like with the stuff you're allowed to
work your way
do.
up. And
Yeah.
by then you'll have like the part two of the summer update and part one, and the spring update will be really good. And then by the time your town is like stable, then you'll be ready for the fall when like craziness is gonna ensue and it's gonna be
True,
amazing.
true,
So
true. Yeah.
yeah,
That's a good idea actually. But yeah, I think that is it in terms of Animal Crossing and stuff. So now we can just talk a little bit about the other stuff that happened, like just non-Nintendo stuff. There's other gaming stuff that's also pretty hype. So the first one, like Zach mentioned, SpongeBob Battle for Bikini Bottom Rehydrated came out, and I've been seeing all the memes on Twitter. I don't know why people are saying like the reviewers all said this was a bad game. It looks pretty fun to me, like from what I've been seeing.
yeah, it's weird. The critics hate it, but the fans absolutely adore this game.
Yeah, bro. Like
And
like on Metacritic, this was like a 5.8 or something. Like people were like all the
yeah,
reviewers gave it the worst scores. Like GameSpot 2 out of 10, but like the
yeah,
user score was like a 9.2. Like people love it. It's like a really fun
yeah,
game.
it's like a huge cult classic, and the standards that they held it to were really stupid to me. Like one of the reasons why they deducted points was like saying this in terms of 3D platformers, it's not innovative. It doesn't do anything different, or something like that. And it's like not
It's a
every game has
remake,
to be
and it's also a
game
remake.
changer.
Like, of course, it's gonna be the same as the
Yeah.
original. Like, it's gonna be the same as it was
Yeah.
at that time. Why would they change it and make it different? It's a remake.
Yeah, and
I mean,
like to
if
give it
if
a
it was a
5 out of 10 for
sequel,
that.
yeah, if it was a sequel, if it
Yeah,
was a
that would make
sequel,
sense.
I would understand. If they said like Bikini Bottom Battle for Rehydrated 2, then if it didn't have new improvements, I could understand. But this is just a remake.
Yeah, and this is a game that like very much is what people have been missing. Like it's something that's been gone for a while that's starting to make a comeback, which I love, which is a 3D platformer, collectathon, explorer, like you get to explore these, like open worlds and stuff in like that early 2000s kind of vibe. And it's really nice to see it back. Like I truly don't understand how you can hate this game. It's so funny. It has like all the SpongeBob humor in it.
Yep,
It's an
yep.
actual 3D platformer. It's like fully open world too. Like there's no like, it's not like you're on this little linear map. Like it's all like you walk around
Yeah,
Bikini
I want to
Bottom,
get that
walk
game
around.
actually because I heard it's like really fun and it's not even a full 60. Isn't it only like $30 or something?
It's $30.
That's so good. It's only half the price of a
Yeah.
AAA title. That's
Yeah.
awesome. Yeah.
I know. It's really good and,
And,
it's really
and,
worth
and
it.
you already
It's
know,
really
and
fun.
you already know because it's not a Nintendo game, it's gonna be even more discounted on like Black Friday. I could probably get it for like $10 or $15.
Yeah.
So I'm definitely
Yeah,
gonna
dude, I
do
got mine
that.
for like 20 off like an Amazon thing. So
Oh shit, that's awesome. Yeah.
yeah. But there's like no reason not to pick this game up. It's really good. And
Yeah, I mean, I know like people were saying it's like cringy and stuff, and I'm like, that's kind of the point of the game.
nah,
It's supposed to be that kind of like goofy, silly type of game that's like weird, you know?
yeah, it's SpongeBob.
But it's also
like,
not. Yeah, yeah, it's
it's
just like it's like classic SpongeBob, basically. Yeah.
Yeah, and it really takes you back to that time. Like it really makes you feel like you're like watching a Saturday morning cartoon, except you're in it. You're in the episode,
Yeah, and you get to
that's
control and
a really
stuff. It's
cool
awesome.
feeling. Yeah, it's fun. It's challenging, but not too like it's that right level of difficulty, which is funny. Like you wouldn't expect that from like
The
a
Dark
game.
Souls of SpongeBob games, right?
Yeah.
Like it will challenge. I mean, but yeah, I think it's a great game. I don't
Yep.
like that the critics were like slandering.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, that's what I've seen though. Like I've said, for most of the time, like I've always said this to people, is that if usually critics like usually hate a game, a lot of times the fans like love it. Like this game is a great example. And then usually
Yeah.
whenever the critics like praise a game and it's like Last of Us 2, 99 out of 10, 99 out of 100, must play, must
They
have.
get paid, bro. They get paid
Yeah.
to like say good
Yeah.
shit about the bad stuff.
Yeah.
But they don't get paid by the good stuff to to give it good reviews.
Yeah,
It's
I mean,
just
of course,
weird. That's
of
why
course,
you
there
trust it.
are exceptions. Of course, like Breath of the Wild was given tens from reviewers, and people love it. So there are exceptions.
But that's because they know that it's fucking like that's one of those things where it's an exception that they it is a good game, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And like it doesn't have any fallacies within it, like within the general whatchamacallit. Like there's no way you can kind of say it's a total shit show of a game the way you can say about other games which are more appealing in terms of nostalgia, right?
Yeah, yeah. Like I mean, Breath of the Wild does have its downsides, its cons, but it's not like terrible.
Yeah. SpongeBob is like an 8 out of 10. Like it probably deserves like between like a 78 and like an 81 on Metacritic, like somewhere around there.
Yeah, yeah.
Not like 60s. That's ridiculous.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, the next thing that you wrote was Skate 4, I think. That was a surprising announcement. I didn't expect Skate 4 to be shown in that EA like event that they had.
Yes.
I mean, I even
Skate
put
4, Crash 4.
Yeah, I even
The
put a
4,
joke.
the
I even
comeback
put a
4.
joke in my like Discord. I was like, "There's no way Skate 4 is happening. Y'all should go back home or whatever." And like it actually happened. And I was like, "Oh shit." But yeah, I mean, I feel like they had to because of course like we had the other skateboarding game. What was it that came out this year?
Tony Hawk.
Yeah, Tony Hawk, that
I think
one.
that's what they did it purely because of that. I guarantee you.
Yeah, yeah.
It was like, yo, this is getting crazy traction. Everyone's begging for us. We need our moolah, so we're gonna write that down real quick and then just say that we're making it now. Because it's in such an early process, they can't even show gameplay. So, yeah.
Yep.
Which means
yeah.
that the end product's gonna be shit because they're gonna rush it.
I know. I don't trust, but hey, at least the Tony Hawk remake will be a masterpiece. Probably, hopefully.
Yeah, it said remastered, I think. So
Maybe.
Well,
Sure, it
'cause
should
the-
be.
yeah,
Maybe.
that new Tony Hawk game that they made was horrific, like that they made. But it's a remake, and you can't really mess that up too much because, like, the Crash trilogy was really good, so I'm sure that the remakes will be good that are coming. I'm buying that day one, like that Tony Hawk. Oh my god, I love skateboarding games.
Yep. All right. Next thing was Crash 4. You guys all see the trailer for that one?
I know Ben like died, and he was like gonna talk about it.
Yeah, Ben like loves Crash 4, and now we're talking about it. He's not even like on or whatever. He has his like sound muted, so he can't hear us talking about Crash 4.
Dude, it makes me just happy to see that 3D platformers are finally coming back. Like, they were like gone in the 2010s. Like, we barely got anything then. Like, they just went away, dormant, and now they're back. And that's amazing.
Yep. I mean,
Booga
honestly,
Booga, what's up? What's
the
happening?
trailer
Yo.
the trailer was really good. I mean, it's like a new game after what 20 plus years, so that's
Yeah.
crazy.
I think it looks really good. I look forward to it. I might get it. I'll probably wait for a little bit of a sale at first.
Yeah. I mean, Crash. I know like it was $60, and people were upset about that at first.
Yeah,
But-
I mean, yeah.
But
Like,
I mean, they said like there's over 100
I'm
levels or
just not a
something in
huge
that game.
Crash fan.
Yeah,
Crash 2's okay, like pretty fun. Crash 1 is my least favorite game I've ever played, and I'm not joking about that. So I'm kind of like, this isn't my hype comeback. Like the comeback I'm waiting for is like a Rayman 3D platformer or like, something like that. But yeah, Crash is alright. It's alright. Some people love it. I am not one of those people, but it's great that 3D platformers are coming back.
But yeah, Ruffle, did you see the trailer for Crash 4?
I think I did.
Yeah.
I'm like very vaguely remembering what I saw though.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just happy it's like a new game after 20 plus years. It was pretty cool, really surprising to see. Even the title of the name of the game is literally "It's About Time," so they knew.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I did. Yeah. I think actually, funny enough though, I think I saw it on Twitter though, the whole trailer. And that's
Yeah.
where I saw it.
Yeah, I think, and it
Yeah,
comes out.
it
It
looks
comes out
fine.
this year. It comes out this year too.
It's alright.
So that's good. What else do we have in here? We have the PlayStation 5 event, which happened. I mean, me and Ruffle were watching that. I was streaming that event. That was good.
I was lit actually.
Yeah,
like that.
I love that. That was good stuff. I mean, at the end, like, how do you guys feel about like the design? I mean, I didn't hear Zach's thoughts on
I
it.
love it, but I don't know. What do you feel, Zach?
Yeah, I think it looks good. I'll probably wait though for like a limited edition, like something a little more flavorful. It's just basic. It's
I mean,
like
I
the
don't like the
2D
white coloring. If there's a black one, I'll probably get that one.
Exactly. I saw someone Photoshop a black PS5. And I was like, that is clean.
Yeah, I'll probably get the
Way
black
better.
one.
But I'm definitely not getting the system at launch. I'm gonna wait until like Ratchet and Clank comes out, and then I'll get it.
I'll wait till there's
That
like a
way I'll
game.
have
I'll wait
to
till there's a
start.
game that I have to play on PS5 to come out, and then I'll get it. For me right now, there isn't a game like that that's been shown. Like,
Yeah.
so I'm not gonna get a PS5 right away. I'll wait maybe like a year or so. I didn't get a PS4 till like 2016 or 2017 either. So
Yeah, like I got my PS4 in like 2015, 2 years after it came out.
yeah, exactly. So I'll probably
wait
wait a
for
little bit. I don't need to have it right away.
Exactly.
But yeah, the review was good. I mean, people were kind of upset they didn't talk about the pricing and all that, but it's all right. I mean, they showed the system. That's all they needed to. And we got some good game announcements. Ratchet and Clank, Horizon Zero Dawn 2. We had the Spider-Man game. So there's good stuff
yeah,
in there.
and those are like, yeah, and like Spider-Man and like Ratchet and Clank are like my favorites from Sony. So I was like really happy to see those. That was definitely like.
Yep. So I'm good with that. That's fine.
Yeah.
What else do we have here? Oh, Cyberpunk. I mean, I'm sure Ruffled would want to talk about that. Did you see the event, Ruffled?
Oh hell yeah, dude! I saw that, bro. So one thing I gotta say though, the chat like on Twitch. Oh my god, my headset's broken.
What?
Oh, it just fell apart. My headset just fell apart.
I can still hear you though.
No, it's not that. My headset literally fell apart. Like I can hear I can hear you guys as well. But like the puffy thing, the puffy part on your headset.
Oh yeah, it like fell off.
Yeah, literally like just ripped off right now. Like just it's not getting reattached. Holy shit.
Rip.
Well, too bad I'm fucking broke right now. Oh, fuck me, dude.
I mean,
Either way,
I was never a fan of headsets anyway. I always like the little earbuds in your ear.
I hate that.
Really?
It's so,
I don't like
it's
how the
just hard.
headsets like I don't like how headsets cover your entire ear and then it starts to kind of like feel hot and then sweaty and it like
Yeah, that's the annoying part. But like the thing with me with like the little earbuds, it's just they hurt. They just hurt having them
Really?
there, for
Oh,
too long.
damn.
Yeah.
Damn.
But either way, Cyberpunk. Oh my lord, dude. So Twitch chat for some reason were just spurgs and just like whenever they were showing off like this feature where you can kind of like look back at like memories of people, right? and you can like dissect them and shit. And people like in chat were like, "Oh, this is boring. I
Yeah,
want to shoot
I mean
people."
that's always Twitch chat, bro. Like,
Yeah, yeah, I know. And it's just I'm looking at it, I'm like, shut the fuck up, like chill. And then they literally show off like, just like straight up car chases and shit. Like the thing is, it's an RPG game. You know what I mean? It isn't like a Call of Duty or like a freaking, it's not one of those games. That's not what Cyberpunk is. It's literally an RPG. You know what I mean? At the end of the day. So it's gonna work more like an RPG with all those kind of like investigative things and like story and multiple choices for what you're doing and a bunch of shit. By the way, they have a dick slider, by the way. Literally, there's a dick slider. You can make your dick larger or smaller. Literally, there's a thing in that game.
What the hell?
And like they are making way more side quests than they did in Witcher 3, which by the way, that game is literally loaded with side missions and shit you can do and side quests that are really unique, by the way. They're not just like, oh, go catch a chicken or some shit, you know what I mean? 10 chickens. No, it's literally like, oh, hey, there's this fucking ghoul in the middle of like, like this random town. Can you go and get rid of it? And turns out that ghoul's a baby monster thing, and you have options. Do you want to kill it, or do you want to just try to like, I don't know, make it feel better or something? And there's like literally like it's different outcomes for a side quest. So they put a lot of, and they literally said themselves, they've actually put more effort into it, and they ended up delaying the game for like I think a month or two. It's September, October, November. So yeah, about 2 months. It's been delayed by about 2 months extra, which I think makes sense because they want to make sure to polish it more and get rid of bugs and stuff. For example, if you look at the gameplay they showed, you can see some pop in, like some like items popping in, like whenever they're like driving through a city.
Yeah.
So there's like a bit of popping and stuff, and they're just gonna take this extra time to make sure to get those like bugs and issues.
Y'all see Sword and Shields pop in.
Oh jeez. Yeah.
Oh yeah, the NPCs out of the game.
Sword Shield barely has any assets, right? And it still has pop in, which is stupid. Like, it makes no sense that game should have that many problems. Like Cyberpunk has literally a million different things.
Oh, absolutely. There's so many big cities and crazy things. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So like, and also they revealed that there's going to be 6 districts for the city, and also there's going to be an outside area outside the actual city, which is going to be literally a what do you call it? Like I think they call it Badlands.
Damn.
So it's like actually like an extra area. Like it's like sand and stuff. It's like a desert almost. You know what I mean? But so you can kind of see like the remnants of like humanity, like what it was like out there. And like there's a sheriff and shit. Like it's really cool what they're doing with that game. Like it's really really cool.
Yeah, I can't believe this game was gonna come out in like April.
Oh yeah, but they ended up delaying that bad boy. But I think it's good that they.
That's fine. That's fine. I don't have a problem with delays.
The game's getting cocked. It looks so good.
Oh, for sure, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's for me is I don't know if I should buy it on. Sorry, I'm not sure if I should buy it on like the PS4 or like to buy it on the PC. To be honest.
I mean, is the PC version coming out the same day?
I think it is.
Or is it a later?
Same day release. I think it's the same day release. I'm pretty sure.
Oh, okay.
I might be wrong, but I'm not sure. I think it is because when you go onto websites here in Sweden, it says it's about like you can buy the PC version and it's the same date as the PS4 one.
Oh, okay. Yeah, but for me, I mean, I think that game is definitely going to be like a contender for Game of the Year. It's definitely going to be one of those really, really good games. Also, did you guys see that other Sony game coming out next month, Ghost of Tsushima?
Oh, Papa! Oh, shabala habada habada. Yum yum yum. Boom boom boom. Yes, I did see that game.
Yeah, that game.
Yes, because didn't I tell you, bro? I'm literally trying to get my hands on the collector's edition for it.
Because you told me. Yeah, you told me. I forgot. Game. But yeah, that game looks really nice.
So much, dude. I want it so much.
Research it. I don't know much about it, but I'll see.
Bro, it's what's so cool about that game to me is the fact that they literally made it so like it's like they have so many of these like cool things in it, right? So first of all, it's a samurai game, okay? And it's also by who's it again? What's that studio again? Something Punch Studio. I can't remember.
I'll look it up.
But they don't. No, I don't think it's. Right? Is it Sucker Punch? It might be Sucker Punch Studios.
They make like Sly games, right? And
I'm not sure.
Yeah, it is Sucker Punch. It is Sucker Punch.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. So Sucker Punch. But the thing is, like, first of all, the game looks amazing. Okay, graphics wise, it looks fantastic. Like just straight up. Combat looks fucking like awesome. You can approach the game in many different ways, right? You can go in like an assassin, or you can go in like a samurai and literally take people down. And again, I love samurai. Okay. Old samurai movies are freaking lit, and they literally give you an option to make the game black and white, change the perspective on the screen so it looks literally like a samurai movie. You know what I mean? Also, their photo mode, holy shit, their photo mode. bro, you're gonna be able to make so many amazing wallpapers with just that fucking game. Okay, like you can change the foliage, how fast leaves will blow, if it's raining, if it's cloudy, whatever. Like when you're taking a photo, you can do so many things, and it looks it's so bro, it's amazing, just straight up amazing. Hands down, looks freaking awesome. And again, I like the combat. They also literally like I think they're like an American studio, but they actually hired people from Japan to do like a Japanese voice track for those who don't want to listen to American voices, right? So it feels more authentic.
That's good.
So like again, I believe that. I mean, dude, just from the shit I've seen, I'm so ready, bro. Like I usually don't get excited like this way for games that that the games are brand new IPs and that aren't like something I'm already aware of. I don't get this excited for them that I'm willing to go and just freaking spend almost like $200 on a collector's edition. But this is the sort of game that makes me like willing to spend that money because it just looks like it just looks perfect. If you like samurai movies, if you like samurais in general, and just like Japanese like culture and shit like that, this is the game for you. Because what's also cool is it isn't based in like mainland Japan, right? It's based on the island of like Tsushima, which is literally like a real island, and also kind of like the staging area for like the Mongol invasion and whatnot. So that's what you're fighting against in the game. You're fighting against like the Mongols who are like invading, and you have to like protect the island as a samurai. And that's like it's cool. I love it. It's also freaking unique and interesting. I love it.
Nice. I mean, I'll probably see what you're saying because you're definitely gonna get the game day one, right?
Oh, definitely, 100%.
Yeah, so I'll probably
17th of July.
Yeah, so I'll probably ask you like how it is if you're enjoying it, and then I'll see if I should get it or not. Because I'll trust your opinion, so I'll let you know. It's kind of like how you did with FF7R for me, because I played that game already, so yeah. But yeah, I mean, in terms of that, I think we can probably take like 1 or 2 viewer questions, and we're pretty much done here. Got through like all this main stuff. Let me see if there is anything else. So someone said, what are your thoughts on Ninjala so far? Asked by Extremely Tired. See, I haven't actually played Ninjala. I don't know if you guys know about it, but it's like that free game on Switch.
Is it free?
It's a free multiplayer online game. Yeah, it's free. You can get it.
Wait, I'm downloading it right now then. Let's play it after stream.
Oh, you want to try it? I mean, I guess we can.
Yeah, let's go, bro. Let's play it. Let's try it.
Yeah, all right. We could try that. I mean, I guess I'll try downloading it right now so we don't have to wait. But yeah, I mean, it's like Splatoon kind of in a way, I've heard, but like you have like different like controls and stuff. And it's like it's kind of unique, I've heard, but I don't know. Some people have said like it's not really all that much fun. Some people are saying it's really good. I don't know. I'd have to really play it and see how it is. But like I from what I've seen, like I know Fidel on Twitter, he was saying like it's like a game that tries to do many things at once, but isn't successful in either of them. I don't know what he means by that.
That's not. Cool.
I don't know what he means by that. I think I'd have to play to see. But I mean, it's free, so you can't go wrong if you don't like it. You didn't spend anything.
Yeah, true. You just uninstall it. Simple as that.
Yep. So yeah, I'll see how it is. I don't know. Nintendo Ultra though, I saw him streaming it and he said it was fine. So we'll see. Let's see here. Alexander says the best game of this generation and the most anticipated next generation game. Well, the best game of this generation. How far are we talking here? So like anything from 2013 to this point, would that be considered the best game of this generation? I don't know, like what you would say. 2013, or are we saying like the decade 2010 to 2020? Like that's such a vague statement.
No.
I don't know. There's a lot that I really love. Like you could say Breath of the Wild. You could say I don't know, Breath of the Wild, Mario Odyssey, Galaxy 2. I don't know. Lots of other games are in there as well. So I don't know. There's a lot of games that I like. Most anticipated next gen game though. I mean, what do we have for next gen that we know about?
I don't have anything that I can say.
Yeah,
I mean,
I'm trying to
Clank
think.
is cute, but like, there's nothing like, whoa, I can't wait for that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm trying to think like next gen, like what, like Spider-Man maybe, but like I don't know because
But
they said
even
it's
then,
not.
That's kind of like.
Yeah, because they said it's not like a full-fledged new game, so it's not like super exciting, you know.
Yeah. It'll be fun, but it's not like the craziest.
Ooh, you know what I'm excited for next gen is definitely the that game they showed off, like just it kind of like the lady that was like jumping through like on the rocks, big rocks, and then she did like an ability where like trees came out of the ground and kind of like took down a monster or whatever.
Oh, that game with like
really good.
The game with that really unique art style, that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, not that one. The one that looked like that one as well, but also
okay.
the one that looked like really high graphics. You know what I mean? The one like really good. like Project something. I can't remember what it was called. Like Project something something.
Let me look it up. PS5.
But that one
event,
looked like really neat.
Project Studio. That's what comes up.
No, I don't know. Like it's like it was like a Project. I don't know. Project. I can't remember.
All right, here we go. Every next gen game announced. Project Athia.
Yes, that thing.
But
that game looks so cool. Like just the style of it and the combat. Like
it says it's by Square Enix. Oh yeah, this one. Yeah, I see. Yeah, this does look really pretty. Holy shit.
Yeah. So I'm wondering, like that combat looks intriguing to me. Like the fact that he like straight up yeets shit onto it. Like, I don't know. That looks appealing to me. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Nice. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's kind of a hard question to answer. But yeah.
And it's hard too because there's certain games that you like more than others, but yet they have completely different experiences. Like Animal Crossing is this cute little relaxing life sim, but then Breath of the Wild is this big meaty adventure, and you don't, you know.
Yup. There's definitely different categories. Yeah. Dark Angel says, question for Arrow: did someone make your intro or did you do it yourself? Oh, I actually made that myself. There was a template that I found somewhere on YouTube. It was like a Game Boy intro template, and I just took my name and added it in there. I had to edit it in After Effects. I do want to get like a new intro though, or like an actual like professional intro, like commissioned. But like they charge a lot of money for like animated shit, so I'll probably wait till I'll probably wait till some point. But like I do want to have like a cool intro at some point. Forrest says, do you guys think that the Breath of the Wild do you guys think a Breath of the Wild 2 teaser might get shown, might be shadow dropped on Twitter or something? I don't know. I mean,
we already got one. We need a fully fledged like show us.
Yeah. They already gave us like a teaser. I mean, with what they showed, we need like a full trailer of gameplay or something the next time we see it. I do think this year we will get something on Breath of the Wild 2 for sure. Like I mean, at this point, I wouldn't say the game's gonna come out this year anymore, but I do think we will see something. Like whether or not it's in a direct, I do think maybe we'll get a direct at some point still, like around September, late in the year. I do think in that we will see at the end maybe, or like in the beginning, we will see a new trailer for Breath of the Wild 2.
I hope the game takes place in the fall and winter, and it's like rainy and snowy and cold.
I mean, that would be really cool if they had like dynamic seasons instead.
Yes.
Like they had weather inside of it. Like sometimes it would be like storming and sometimes it would be like sunny. Yeah, but it would be cool if it was just like a season-based game where like time moved and like in December, like Hyrule, like the Hyrule field would just be like covered in snow or something. That would be sick. But you know,
ice and slip. And
yeah, that would be awesome.
Ice enemies and
Yep. But yeah, I think that's about it in terms of the Discord questions. We'll look in the chat. I'll take some for maybe like 10 or so more minutes, and then we're pretty much done here. We talked mainly just about shitting on Pokemon as we usually do. But I mean, you can't blame us. Let's see here. So yeah, chat, if you guys have any questions you'd like us to answer now is the time to ask. Let me type it in the chat as well. Let me see here. Just talking about Yokai Watch 4. Oh, Henry said, is Astral Chain good? I mean, it's all right. I wouldn't say it's worth 60, honestly speaking. Maybe. Actually, nah. I don't know. I guess I thought it was going to be really, really hype when I got it, but then when I did, it wasn't as hype. But I still had a good time with it. Let's put it that way. It wasn't terrible. It's just certain parts of the game I felt were really, really tedious. Like, the thing is, like, the fun part about that game is the action. Like, all of the, like, fights that you do are really, really fun. Like, because you take control of your, like, Legion, and you, like, wrap them around the enemies, and, like, you choke them, and then do, like, crazy combos and stuff. But the problem is, to get to that, you have to do like these little like really stupid detectiving tasks where like they ask you to find clues and talk to like NPCs to gather information, and that's like the worst part of the game. That's like the worst part of the game.
Should have been like it should have had basically it should have been like probably like a 6 to 7 hour game focused just on the combat, okay?
Yeah.
Mission weird stuff. And like make it $40. That would have made it good, but it was too. It interrupted you kept getting interrupted. Like the pace was horrific.
Yeah. Like the fights were really fun. Like I had a ton of fun with those fights. but it's just the parts in the beginning, like whenever a new chapter started, they make you gather clues and walk in the city and talk to people and sniff out clues and stuff like that with the dog legion. It just like that stuff was really boring and tedious. Like I did not want to do that. And like you had a notebook where you kept track of like all the stuff that you had, and then they asked you like questions. They tested you on it. They were like, okay, so which one of these clues do you think is the most significant? And they actually like asked to see if you knew, and that part was just like really really bad.
I know, and you're doing it for a very boring story. Like it's not even interesting.
Yeah, the story wasn't even like all that hyper exciting either. So that part was the only boring part, but the fights, the combat, easy 10 out of 10 for that. But yeah.
Yeah, like that's my problem was mainly like right when I was like, okay, this is so cool. This combat's awesome. I just had like that was so cool with this boss. That was crazy. And then boom, I have to do like hours of like walking around.
Exactly. Yeah.
I'm like,
yep. Shen says, how do you guys feel about Crown Tundra? I definitely think it's going to be the most exciting entire part I will ever have in anything with Sword and Shield. I think. Yes. I think it'll be better than Isle of Armor for sure, and I think it's going to be better than the base game. I think Crown Tundra is going to end up being the most exciting part I will have out of Sword and Shield. Like that, I really do think that.
I think it will be like a really great, like it'll actually be a pretty great Pokemon experience. It'll be kind of in the that same energy of like Team Rainbow Rocket or something like that.
Yep. Because Sword and Shield, Sword and Shield, they even said like when they were talking about the DLC that the Crown Tundra is focused on exploration. Like they really want you to actually explore like the little caves and look for things. And there's a story too, because I don't know if you saw the leaks, but did you see there were like leaked chapters that leaked from it?
Yes.
Yeah, so there's actually going to be like chapters too. So it actually could be like a pretty cool story-driven, explorative-driven type of like DLC, which seems like it's going to be really fun. So Crown Tundra, I definitely think was going to be the most exciting part about that. Yep. Let's see. Ruffled, how do you feel about the Crown Tundra? Is he still here? Is he muted?
I know his headset broke, he said, right?
Oh, and maybe he can't hear us then? Is he deafened on the thing?
Oh shit, sorry, are we talking still? My headset fell off. What's up?
Oh damn. Yeah, I said how are your thoughts on the Crown Tundra? That was like what somebody asked.
I'm gonna be honest. Not that hyped, to be frankly honest with you, because I've seen the leaks. And what the leaks kind of showed me is that it's gonna be large in scale, quote unquote, but like it's not gonna bring any brand new Pokemon pretty much. Like we're gonna basically get the same amount of shit we got. Like what you've seen from like new Pokemon that's revealed for Crown Tundra, that's all you're getting, plus like maybe 2 more Pokemon, and that's about it. You know what I mean? So there's not much more than that. I think though what will be cool about it is there'll be interesting puzzles and like kind of story elements to catching old Pokemon from the past, right? So I think that aspect of it's going to be really really cool. But at the same time, it's like again they're relying on like it's one of those things where they say they couldn't do the old Pokemon and couldn't add them for whatever reasons, but now they're literally like using them as a crutch to like make new content for a game that like what the hell is going on here?
Battle 200 Pokemon that you haven't seen before, and it's just the older Pokemon.
Right.
Yeah, but like I mean, like what you said, I agree with that. But I think you can agree with this too. I think the Crown Tundra is probably going to be the most exciting thing we're going to get out of Sword and Shield.
Oh, for sure, 100%.
Yeah. I mean, that's not saying much, but like in terms of Sword and Shield, it'll probably be the most exciting stuff.
I hope that's like the last of it. I want to move on from Galar after that.
Yo, honestly, same. Like at this point, like after that, I just want to be done with Galar. Like some people were speculating there might be 2 more DLC packs that add the rest of the Pokemon and stuff, but just like, bro, like at this point, yeah. Yeah. Let's see here. Nick Victory Fire says, any Pokemon games that you hope to be revealed or announced next year? I mean Pokemon next year? Like I don't know, Diamond and Pearl remix probably is what everybody wants, right?
I guess, yeah, pretty much.
I'm hoping they just take their break and I hope like this won't happen. But what I would love is if they uploaded a video and they basically gave an announcement that they've heard the like backlash of Sword and Shield and they want to make a really quality product, so there won't be gaming this year, and they're gonna really be conscious on like what they do.
Yo, I would have no problem with that if they just like uploaded a video to the Pokemon channel. Like imagine if they did that and it's just Masuda sitting there with a white background, nothing else, and he's just like, we've heard what you guys have said about Sword and Shield and your thoughts on it, and we're gonna take a lot of time now to make the next Pokemon game, so we hope that you don't feel too upset if you don't see anything about new Pokemon games for the next couple years. But you know damn well they aren't gonna do that.
Yeah.
But that would be
that's what I want to see from them.
yeah, because I don't have a problem waiting. I could wait, until 2026 or whatever if it meant a good game. But
Yeah.
but yeah,
And
we'll see. I mean, next year Diamond and Pearl remakes seem pretty likely at this point. And like what Ben said, even though he doesn't want it, they're definitely going to take place in the Gen 8 engine. Like it's going to look just like how it did with Gen 8. So that's probably what it'll be like. Let's see here. Nick Victory Fire also says, if you guys wanted a remake from old games, which would it be? So any older game to be remade?
yeah.
I don't know. I mean, at first I would have said Xenoblade 1, but I mean that already happened. So
I want a Pokemon Coliseum and XD dual remake collection with like amazing graphics.
oh, that would be
Battle
cool.
Revolution.
Oh yes, Battle Revolution, bro. Battle Revolution with like all the new Pokemon and the new like updated graphics would be sick. I would love that.
Yeah. Maybe it could be a trilogy and Battle Revolution could be included because it's from the same developer.
Yeah. I mean, it was like the developer that helped with the animations and everything, Genius Sonority. Those guys are on top of their shit. Dude, those guys were ahead of their time for the Wii. Like what they did with those animations in that game,
Oh.
they were insane.
But dude, Coliseum and XD are actually so underrated. Their narratives were actually incredible. Like it was actually so good, and it's so dark and like. Have you guys played Coliseum and XD?
I played a little bit at my friend's house. I never finished the game though.
Holy crap! No one. I was like.
Is it really fun though?
Dude, yeah, like it's like the darkest Pokemon game. It's like, it's the storyline is actually interesting. There's plot twists. There's difficulty spikes. Like, it's really interesting.
Damn, yeah, because I heard it's like cool too, because there's like shadow Pokemon and stuff, right? Like shadow normal Pokemon and things like that.
Yeah, and it's yeah, and the stadiums are gorgeous. Like
Really, I mean, maybe I'll play that. Maybe I'll play that like on emulator, then just like in my free time.
yeah,
Then
do it, dude. Yes.
yeah, I'll just because on emulator I can definitely download like the HD texture packs and stuff to make it look even better. So
Yes, dude. Coliseum is like perfect for the summer too, because it takes place like in a desert.
I mean, I've heard from many people that it's really good, so I don't doubt you at all. I'm sure it's probably really good than all the. Yeah, I'm sure it's better than pretty much all the modern Pokemon games we've gotten. So
It most definitely is. Yeah, it's weird actually, because I feel like those games never get talked about.
yeah, because
like,
they were just kind of
things that fans wanted.
yeah, it's just because kind of they were like stuck there on the GameCube, and that was about it.
Exactly. Yeah, no one talks about them. So I would love a remake so people can actually appreciate the games because they're really good. Like,
Mm-hmm.
It's weird. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's great. Great.
Let's see here. Nick Victory Fire says, which other company would you like to work with Game Freak in like making Pokemon games? Zelda team would be hype as hell. Or like Monolith Soft with a world design or whatever. That would be freaking amazing. Like Xenoblade level types of like regions or whatever. That would be freaking amazing. But yeah, even like Platinum Games like with Bayonetta and Astral Chain, like their types of game design on a Pokemon game would be really really cool.
It'd be cool to have an action Pokemon game.
Yo, Square Enix, that would never ever happen. But can you imagine a Square Enix Pokemon game? That would be ridiculous. Cause Square Enix are like the RPG like goats, like that's pretty.
Yeah.
That's crazy. But yeah.
I would love Zelda team because I feel like they have that heart that the Pokemon series desperately needs again. Like it's just that Nintendo heart that like I feel like no other company even has. That you could that would be so perfect for Pokemon. So.
Yep. Let me see here. Henry Davis, do you think that the next Smash character will be based on popularity or based on a new game coming out? I think the next one will be a popularity one.
Yeah, I think that it should be because we haven't gotten a popularity one in quite a while.
Yeah. I think the next one will be like a third party character that people have really wanted, maybe like a Dante or something like that.
Yeah.
Like something like yeah, Crash would be fine. I'm down for Crash in Smash any day. So
yeah, something has to give.
Yeah, I think there's been two characters now that they've used just to promote, Byleth and Min, and they're both back to back. So I definitely think the next one is gonna be. Oh yeah, and Terry I guess too, but Terry doesn't have anything on the Switch, right?
Yeah, no, I'm just saying though, like Terry was one of those characters that no one cared about. Like we haven't gotten a fan favorite announcement in quite a while.
Yeah. So I think the next one will probably be a fan favorite. Yeah. Let me see here. I think that's about it. Ruffle, there's one guy in here who asked something just for you. He said, thoughts on Masuda's mindset. I have no idea what he means.
Mindset in terms of what? Yeah, I'm kind of confused as well. Like in terms of what?
I don't know.
Maybe
Like,
his
Jonathan,
mindset.
what do you mean? Do you mean in terms of like, in what sense? Because Masuda doesn't work at Game Freak anymore. Masuda's now at the Pokemon Company instead. So, in what sense do you mean? Like, do you mean his mindset on Pokemon from what it used to be? Because I know that his mindset changed quite a bit when
Yeah.
like Pokemon Go released.
Yeah, he said like he really wanted to focus on mobile, which is terrible, but yeah.
Oh my god.
Bro, like I remember reading the interviews with Masuda and he's like, "Well, kids nowadays have short attention spans." And I'm like, "Bro,
Yup.
oh my god." Yeah. Dark Force said something good. He said Bandai Namco should help Game Freak with Gen 9. Yo, if Bandai Namco could
I
make
agree.
if they could make the next gen Pokemon games look like how they did with Pokemon Snap, I am down. Cuz
Dude, look how they helped
Pokemon
with
Snap
Smash Bros.
and Smash, yeah, Bandai Namco are the goats. Like they're great.
Yo.
But
And I think the one thing is clear that we need somebody to help Game Freak. They can't do it alone.
yeah, which is fine. Like, it should not be
Saying
just it shouldn't be just a one developer can do it all. But like Ruffled said one time, I think it's like the pride that they have that they can do it by themselves and be this successful in terms of like the sales, that which is why they just don't give a crap if like, the games aren't as good.
Yeah.
Lads, I'm gonna have to peace out. This headset's not working, and I gotta get a few things done. So I'll catch you guys later.
All right, cool. I'll see you, bro.
Yeah, you guys have a good one. Everybody in stream have a good one, and I'll see you in the next podcast.
Yep.
Peace.
Yeah, we're pretty much going to be ending the stream here right now anyway.
All right, cool. Well, I may come back into the call later, but I gotta go get something done first.
All right, cool.
Yeah,
I'll
I
see
have
you.
a lunch coming after this, so I gotta go after the podcast.
All right,
Okay.
it's all good. I'll catch you
Catch you
then.
later. Bye.
Yep. All right, so yeah, that's pretty much gonna do it for the podcast for this month as well. I mean, didn't have much to talk about. I mean, we talked about the Smash reveal, and we got Paper Mario out of the way, the Pokemon stuff, all that happened, and that was mainly about it. But hopefully next month we can get some other stuff to talk about. I don't know. Nintendo's kind of been really, really silent, but I don't know. We'll see what goes
They're
down.
weird. They need to do better with communication.
Yeah. I mean, next month, like literally the only thing we'll be able to talk about is Paper Mario because that'll be out. But I hope
Yeah,
like
impressions on the Animal Crossing update. Probably.
yeah, that's about it. Like unless they give like a new trailer or a new reveal or something, I don't know. But I feel like that could actually happen where they do give a new reveal because the thing with that happened with Paper Mario was they literally revealed Paper Mario like a week before Xenoblade was about to come out. I'm pretty sure. Or like a week or so before. So I think that's what they want to do now is like when the next big release is going to come out, like right before then, they revealed the next big release after that. So like before Xenoblade was about to come out, they revealed the new Paper Mario game, which is the next big release for them. And I think right before the next Paper Mario game comes out, like right before that, they'll have another release or like they'll reveal something.
Bro, could you imagine if they reveal like okay, we've said this so much, but eventually it will happen, I think. But like if they did a Metroid Prime trilogy reveal for August, I feel like that would make so much sense because they've really, I think every Prime game has released in August, so it'd be like perfect.
Yeah. Dude, that would be or like the Mario remasters that were rumored, like with all the games.
Yeah, like where is that? Come on. I hope that's real. I'm never trusting like these journalists ever again if they
If that turns out to be fake.
yeah, because we've had like stars, and then
Yeah,
that was
Pokemon
wrong.
Stars, that was
Like,
wrong. Yeah.
There was like a bunch of other things that they've said too, and it's always like Eurogamer. Like when it's Eurogamer, they say so credible, and then it's
Yeah,
not.
because Eurogamer got the whole thing about the Switch right once. And because of that, everybody just
Yeah.
puts all their trust. Because like before the Switch was still revealed and it was still called in the NX, they got like everything correct. They were like, it's gonna have a 6-inch screen, it's gonna be a tablet, it's gonna have these detachable controllers. They got everything correct about that. And after that point, everybody's like, oh, if Eurogamer says it, it's true. And it's just like, well, they said Pokemon Star Wars is gonna happen, and it didn't. So
They said GameCube games were coming to the Switch, and we were.
They
gonna get,
did?
Like, Melee
wait, they
and-
did?
Yeah,
Oh, I didn't
years
even.
ago.
I didn't even
I'm
know
like,
that.
They're like, yo, guess what? Sunshine's gonna come to the Switch, and like Animal Crossing games.
Damn, I didn't even know that. Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, they were saying how GameCube games were gonna make their way. That didn't happen
Yeah.
at all.
Yeah.
For a gamer, yeah, they tease the coolest stuff, and it never happens.
Yep. So yeah, hopefully we get some like big reveal at least from Nintendo. If not, we'll probably just be talking about Animal Crossing and Paper Mario and just some viewer questions next time. But yeah, that's
Yeah.
pretty
Well, we
much
have to-
gonna do it. What were you gonna say?
We might have to call it Nintendo Nite Mini.
Yeah, honestly,
Next-
Nintendo Nite Mini, yeah, because there's not gonna be anything. Because Nintendo has been mad quiet this whole year. Nothing really to show.
Yep, and they need to
So
do better.
yeah. Also, did you see like actually? I just thought of this. Did you see how there was like a glitch or something on the eShop where you could add Wii U games?
What?
Yeah, yeah. Like so, let me see if I could show you the image. But there was a glitch, like you know how like on the Nintendo website you can like look at games that are coming out. You can add like games to your wish list from the Nintendo website, and then they show up on your Switch wish list like whenever you log in. So apparently there was like a glitch where like you could add Wii U and 3DS eShop titles into your wish list, and they would pop up on your Switch.
Oh my god.
So because of that, people started posting all these crazy images of like 3D World and like Galaxy and things like that. And it was like, bro, like everybody was like, these are fake. They're not gonna happen. But it's like, I even said they were fake, but I didn't know it was a glitch. So that's the thing.
That's insane.
Yeah, like
Wow.
look, I sent it in the Nintendo Night chat. But yeah, you can see like there's like a glitch for Super Mario 3D World on the eShop now.
That's so crazy.
Yeah, so
What the heck?
it was really
Wow.
weird, but yeah, hopefully we actually do get that game though. But I said it was fake right away because you already know if it was 3D World on the Switch, there's no way it would be $24.99 like what that picture says. It would be 60 again. Because Nintendo doesn't care. They will definitely charge you full price again. You know,
Yep.
they did that for New Super Mario Bros. U. They charged $60 for that, and that game should have been like 45 at most.
Yep.
Yeah.
Bro, and then like when we go like next gen, right, when things are so advanced that games cost like $100. Oh my god.
Yeah, I saw a whole debate about that. People were like trying to like say that the next gen game should cost even more. I'm like, what?
I know.
Like apparently,
Yeah.
apparently somebody from Sony said that. Like for like PS5, they're like because the games are so demanding and so insanely developed that they should be $99.99 instead of $59.99. I was like, are you out of your mind?
No, sir.
Like bro, if you do that, you already know the rest of the industry is gonna start doing that, and then Nintendo games are soon gonna be $99.
Yep.
Like, can you imagine paying $100 for a Pokemon game? Oh my god.
Oh no.
That
For
would
two
be for
$200.
$200 for two versions. That would be so bad. Do not do that.
Oh
Yeah.
gosh. Nope.
Yeah. But yeah,
Any other
that's
questions?
no. I think somebody Sunburn in the Discord mentioned. Do you guys think we'll see anything about Metroid Prime 4 this year? I don't think so. I don't think we're gonna
I'm
see
worried for that
anything.
game. I don't think it's. I don't know.
Yeah, dude, I still see tweets from Retro Studios like officially saying like they're hiring for that game still, and I'm like, oh, they're still hiring. I'm
Yeah.
like,
Like the problem is that like their whole Prime team that made Prime is gone now.
oh really?
Yeah, like they all quit so like years ago.
Damn.
So yeah, and if they couldn't, and they haven't put out a project in a long time, so I don't know if they're really capable like they were before with this project. So
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, I don't know if it's even gonna exist, but we'll see.
Yep. So yeah, chat, that's gonna do it for the 24th episode of the podcast. Thank you guys all for tuning in. To those of you guys who watched from all the ways since the beginning, you guys are the real ones. And yeah, that's pretty much gonna be it. So thank you guys so much for watching. Like the stream if you guys enjoyed it, and yeah, definitely be sure to subscribe on my channel as well. And yeah, we can just give our plugs in order. Of course, on my channel, you can find me here, Arrow. I usually cover Nintendo news and leaks and rumors, but I'm actually going to be starting to go in a different direction with my channel. I started talking about this with Ruffled, and he got me really motivated to make more types of content where it's like interesting types of videos instead of news videos. Like, because you saw my last video, I think. Remember you commented on it where it's like the most disappointing Pokemon reveals? Like, that video, like, a lot of people seem to really like it, so I'm gonna try to go in that direction more of videos like that where it's like interesting topics rather than just news videos. So we'll see how that goes. Yeah, we'll see how that goes. I think more people are gonna like those as well. So
awesome.
so yeah, you guys can find me on here, and of course, Zach, you can give your plugs for where people can find you at.
So you can find me on Endgame the Cube on YouTube, and then I have my other channel because I'm working on Nostalgia World, so you can look at Nostalgia World, and that's a channel.
Yeah, the
Go
Project Z
subscribe to that.
reveal.
Yes, for that 2000 nostalgia. It's coming this summer, so pretty soon. And yeah, I've temporarily deleted my Twitter, so you can't find me there right now.
Oh yeah, you told me
Like,
you were like taking a break from it or something.
yeah, I'm sick, bro.
Yeah,
All y'all need
Twitter is terrible,
to stop
bro.
to those of you on Twitter, stop using it. Trust me.
No, honestly, like Twitter, I've come to the mindset now of just not caring anymore about it, like, because it is so
Yeah,
toxic. It is so toxic.
yeah.
Like, and it's not even to just us. Like, literally to anyone. It's so bad. Any human. Because
Even
like,
if
because did you see the one tweet that Alpha Rad made? He made a joking tweet about Min Min joining Smash Bros. Not about Min Min, but like the day before, he was like, "Who's excited for ARMS characters inside of Smash Bros?" And you know how on Twitter you can like get that option now where you can disable people to respond to you.
yeah.
Like you can't like he that's what he did. He's like, "Who's excited for
Oh, that's
ARMS characters?"
hilarious.
And he turned off the replies to make it seem like nobody was excited for it or whatever. And like the thing on Twitter now is if you click on somebody's retweets, you can see like all the people that quote retweeted it. And if I do that, bro,
Yeah.
the amount of comments with hate just quote retweeting him are so bad. Like I'm gonna send you the link here. Just like look at this on your free time because it is so toxic.
Okay.
It is so toxic. It is like unbelievably toxic. I sent you that link
Yeah,
right there. And I'm just like, this is
people-
Alpha Red. I'm like, he's such a nice person. How could you like say such rude things to him? And it's like, what the hell, bro?
No.
Yeah.
Everyone there is so mean. Like
Yeah.
mean. Like it's not good for you. And if you're just even if you're like not someone who's like who has a lot of followers and you're just an observer, you're going to see so much horrible things. Like,
Oh,
you're just gonna
dude,
see so
the
much
amount of people with like 0 followers, default pictures that say the most like annoying, toxic things to you. It's just
Yes.
disgusting. It's disgusting, damn.
It's like it's not. Don't ever go on Twitter. Just don't.
Honestly, Twitter is just it's crazy.
Yeah. Not.
Yeah, honestly, I just have Twitter mainly. I have Twitter mainly for memes, and then just so like I could tweet out like videos and stuff that come out. But that's about it. I don't like
Yeah.
I don't like use Twitter for much, you know.
Yeah, I'm sure you probably like log on, post some memes, and like check DMs and log off. Probably.
Literally me. But like there used to be a time where I used to be always on Twitter, like just like loving it, and I'm just
See-
like that time is gone, long gone. Like
Exactly. That's where I'm like I'm heading towards not going on actively anymore. Like I'll eventually reactivate and just not tweet anymore, and like except when I need to tweet out a video. I'm like I can't.
yeah, because it's good for like communication wise. Like of course, like with the podcast, we have our group chat where like I can tell you guys like when to do the next one, stuff like
Yeah.
that. But besides that, yeah.
You can't go on for more than 10 minutes or you're going to feel horrible.
Yep. But yeah, that's gonna do it for the stream. Thank you guys all so much for watching, and yeah, we will catch you in the next one next month with hopefully more stuff to talk about. All right, peace.
Peace.